Yeah, welcome to another episode of ArtCo Drone Solutions Saturday Night Live, number 84. Hey, welcome everybody. I went to Spin Up today. Actually, I was watching the live stream, had a great time. So today we're going to talk about Spin Up, and we're going to ask people what they thought, what were their thoughts about Spin Up? What were the positive things, and what were the kind of not so good things? So before I bring up our first panelist, I want to say hello to Cigar Nation Warriors, Jody Drone Shots, John F. Welcome, Ray Kelly, Steve Mack, David AZ Drone Dude, Mitch, old guy in the drone, who will probably be here shortly, I hope. So, Glenn Thunderbird 6, welcome to the show. So, Metro Drones, Bill, thanks for coming in. Beyond Drone Tech, he's pretty new. I don't think I've seen him in the chat. So, let's get going. Let's bring up our panelists. Let's welcome to the stage Mitch, old guy drone. Hey, Mitch.
How do I follow that? Hi Art, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Hey, let's bring up our next panelist. Let's welcome to the stage Jim Boyd, above and beyond drones.
Faces they've never seen before, right, Mitch?
Yeah, this is a deja vu all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome, Jim. How you doing?
We had some crazy ass weather here today. It was blowing 35 miles an hour this morning and raining in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's that. We got that tropical disturbance moving across over South Florida, and it's whipping those winds, those east winds around, and it's crazy. But it's not here, which is the good news.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a little cool front come through here and dump about an inch of snow here in Denver, and
Holy
it was
cow!
the first snow. I mean, first.
Is that
No.
No.
Nope. Wait,
Who was that?
I think it's Jim, but well, how's that?
I think you need to, and it may just be the way I'm hearing it, but I think you need to bring your volume up on you just a little bit, Art.
All right, how's that?
Still kind of low. Ask the guys in the chat because they're hearing it from the stream. I'm
All right. How do I sound?
Better.
Well, I
Much
say
better.
hello to Mike, GFO drone and tech guy, and Michael Wright, the right guy for the right show. And
Is he the Michael Wright that won?
I don't know.
Did he-
Michael
prize
Wright,
today?
were you the one that won the prize at Spin Up today?
How many Michael Wrights could there be?
I don't know.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
But Adrian said no, it wasn't our Michael Wright.
No,
Was it the right or the wrong right?
was the
Right.
obviously
Right.
the wrong right.
Mhm.
We're waiting to see the answer in the chat. Yes, he did.
Okay.
Not
Won.
only did he win, but he eoned, which is even better.
I saw that.
Yeah, even better.
Better to Eon, you know.
Congratulations, Michael.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it
congratulations.
wasn't me, and but you did share my initials, MW, which is about as close as I've come to winning anything ever.
Glad you won, Mike. It's good to see one of us win.
Yeah. I'm surprised Art didn't win everything.
I know. And we did talk about that.
Yeah. you know when they pulled John Spitzo's name and then put it away. Did you see that?
No.
They pulled John Spitzo's name for one of the prizes, and
Oh,
and
yes.
Sean said to Ken, not
He passed.
no, we need to pick another one.
Yeah.
And they picked another one, and everybody thought there was something hokey going
Whoa,
on. But
whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. We've got another special guest into the stream. Let's welcome to the
oh my
stage.
God!
Ken Aaron, all the way from Austin, Texas.
Ah. Hey, you want to be on YouTube with me?
Oh, I'm on YouTube. Great.
You are.
Don't worry, we still got 140.
Yeah, hello, Ken.
It's our waitress.
Awesome.
It's our waitress.
Why not?
We're at a place called. The place is called Now Open.
Now,
All right, so
I've seen that. It's a catchy name.
half a glass
Catchy
of water
name.
because that's all I want to give you.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
She's taking the order.
She's taking the order. Give me a cup of coffee, would you, Ken?
Yeah, and that looks like
Ken's-
Chris Rollins.
Yeah, what do you
over
guys
there.
want? What do you guys want?
I'll have some coffee. I'll be all right with
Yeah.
just some black
All right,
coffee.
I'll have a virtual coffee for the gang.
Oh, all right.
I just
I'll take a Jack and
What?
Coke.
How are you going to
I'm
deliver
on
that?
Art Stream. Come on over here and say.
Has someone actually?
Hey, Ken Dono, we got the two.
Did you guys all
Kens.
watch Spin Up today?
Yeah,
That's all we did. We watched Spin Up all day.
We're gonna try to social distance.
Yeah, we're just gonna pass the buck back
But
and
I'm
forth.
not sure if
There
that
you go.
Are we on stream?
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're on a browser. Okay.
Yeah, we're on Art's show.
They went the wrong
Oh, I
way.
see. There I
Yeah.
am. That's you. And
So-
we're
Ken.
socially distant because we're about 5 square feet apart, one rotor
oh,
length.
Hey, Mitch.
There's-
Yes.
Mitch. Are we? Did he freeze? Is he frozen?
No, I'm here.
No,
no
Is he
problem.
alive?
Y'all want to get any appetite?
Are we still
I'm
there?
alive.
Oh, he was okay.
Is,
Just wait till the gang gets here.
is there a special
And
occasion
look-
or y'all
Yeah,
just hanging
so
Chris
we
Rollins.
just wrapped up a like a live event for
Hey, Chris.
It's
for
Art.
YouTube actually.
Hey,
out?
and-
Oh, so
and
we're,
gang.
we're YouTube.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey,
Something like
doing
that.
Good to see you, man. Oh, this is you closer is always better for me.
Yeah.
Well, fine. All right, I'll get those drinks for
I
y'all.
can't hardly know y'all, but it's good to see everybody.
Are we still okay? So
Yeah.
hey, Mitch.
Yeah.
Is he frozen or is it me?
No.
No,
could
he's
just be
there.
Mitch.
He's there.
Art,
I'm here.
although
I can
Art
hear
looks
you.
frozen, does look frozen. Oh no, they're back. Can you save Wi-Fi?
Are we? Is there Wi-Fi?
I'm sure every place has Wi-Fi.
Let me
Yeah,
call you
we see
back.
you fine.
We can
Oh,
see you.
okay. But it works. I don't get it. Did I look frozen to you?
I don't think you could hear a thing we were saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
I'm not
trying to
frozen.
show you we're alive.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, sometimes that's debatable, but tonight I feel
That's
all right.
the same place we ate at last year,
Oh,
right after Spin It.
except it didn't have the big "Now Open" sign in front of
I
it.
know.
did
What
it?
was the name of the place?
Doesn't matter as long as it's open.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's well known in the town. They don't need to have a name.
Your mic just did something very strange, Jim.
My computer is backing up the GPU, so I don't know what's going on.
Well, what happened is your mic just got very loud and boomy.
It says something over in the top left. Today on ArtCo Drones. What the hell? Is that the name of the show?
Yes.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't have the glasses on.
But your mic is really. Do you hear it, Art, or is it
Yeah.
just me?
I hear it. It is loud.
Which mic are you using, Jim?
It's loud. I'm using the Yeti. I'm turning the gain all the way down.
There you go.
Up.
You
There
think
you
maybe
go.
you bumped?
Turned it all
Did you
up.
bump it by accident? Maybe.
This thing has got that mini USB plug-in.
Yeah.
God forbid you should knock the table or something like that. I hate it. Stupid design.
Hey, we got
It's
Sean Geeks Fana in the house. He's in the chat.
The USB plug-in goes into the bottom of it,
Oh, well,
Mitch.
that's-
And
yeah.
of course, you move your mic.
All right, let's try it again. We got Ken Heron.
Hey,
Okay.
I think we're on the Wi-Fi now. Was I breaking up before?
No, you were doing
Nope.
No, you
Bitch
were
is
you were
doing it
fine.
again.
We see you
We
fine.
see you. You don't see us.
All right, that's fine. We don't need to see that.
No. Is it okay?
Yes, we
Yeah.
see you and you're moving
Oh,
and
okay,
everything's
all right.
fine. Yeah.
I didn't know if
Yeah.
you were playing a joke on me. Let's all freeze
No.
when Ken gets on.
No. No.
All right. So me and Ken, the other Ken here,
Mm-hmm. Now you're live.
Toucans.
Now you're frozen.
Now you're frozen.
Christ. Either that or they're both
I know it's gonna
terrific
drop you.
actors. What do you think?
Yeah. Okay,
It's
freeze.
gone. What the hell is going
There
on?
you
Now
go.
you're
There you
back.
are. There you are.
Did you guys hear me? Oh, this just
Oh,
I can't hang with this.
No,
Are you
we
there?
didn't hear any of it.
yeah, you're coming and
You
going.
don't
Yeah,
you
but
do
you
that.
got frozen. Oh, see?
I don't know if this is
Now
properly
you're
working, but thank you for having me on there.
We can hear you now. We can hear
Yeah,
you now.
I hear you.
You didn't?
No, it's
I think it's
jerky.
because there's
I didn't hear what you said.
Hey, we're on with art,
What's up, Art?
America.
Hey, Kelly.
but it's
You're looking at FTV guy now.
Who is that masked man?
Yeah, he did great. He started.
I am.
Anyway. This isn't going to work. Probably.
That restaurant
Bye.
doesn't have the best.
Sorry.
Try again.
Bye.
Go closer to the building and try again.
Love you. Mean it.
Mean it. Yeah, long time. Oh,
GI. Love you long time, GI.
You know,
$5.
well, maybe he'll come. He'll find a better spot,
Yeah.
but he'd be better off without the Wi-Fi. He'd be better off, I think, on cellular. To tell you the truth. But,
Yeah.
Anyway, I was still wondering what the burning question he wanted to ask me was. Twice he says, "Hey, Mitch."
No, he wanted to show you Chris Rollins.
No. He said, "Hey, Mitch."
With FPV.
And that was the that was the end of it.
Okay.
That's weird. Ken's still there.
Oh wait, he's. Oh, you still got him in the green room.
Oh, there he goes. He finally went away. Oh, there's Steve Carpenter. Check your email and get the link and come on in.
He finally went away.
Pesky Ken Herron. Yes.
And there's my tip jar if you want to leave me a few bucks. Hey, I'm getting pretty close to that magic 4K. I'm almost at 3.7K. So let's welcome our next panelist, Steve Carpenter. Oops.
Oops.
Oh, there you go.
Boy, that was a sure welcome.
Who the hell's who's the producer? Who's the producer on this show?
I don't know. Hey, Art, can you get a hold of your producer, please? Oh, anyway, Art, get a hold of your producer, will you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And fire him.
I learned that when you want to point to somebody on the stream, whatever way you think you should point the other way.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Don't go by the way of taking a test when you answer.
Right.
Stick with your first
Yeah.
question. Don't go with it.
So you think with 5 or 6 hours, was it 6 hours? Or
No,
5 hours? 5 hours of live stream
5.
watching today, we'd all be bleary-eyed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How many
I
times have I got
skipped
this?
really towards the end when that Miriam, I think, was the last one, wasn't she, Steve?
I'm sorry?
Who was the last speaker? Was that Miriam?
Yes, I thought.
Yeah, I was just starving. I just had to go get lunch, so I kind of. Were there any more drawings after that, or was that basically it?
It was a benefit for me being on the West Coast because I just brought my breakfast in here, set it here on the table, and had breakfast, coffee, and enjoyed the show.
Oh, cool.
And a good show it was. I was very impressed.
Yeah.
You know, being at both spin-ups, and I was kind of disappointed. But I'll tell you what, they did an outstanding job.
Yeah, I thought so too. Yep.
I agree. I think it was very well put together. One thing that I was very impressed with was the quality of the stream itself.
Right.
The picture was always solid. It was streaming in high definition. They didn't have any buffering, any glitches, anything at all. Not for the whole time.
That also helps when you have fiber optics to the building that he's in. I've gotten the new whatever Cox calls it, gigablast, gigabit, whatever they're calling the things these days. Yeah, I can get 940 down, but they're only going to give me 35 to 40 up.
Well, that's plenty fast, though, for streaming.
Well, for streaming, but I could use it on some of the websites that I'm on when I'm uploading a lot of files. I mean, it's considerably faster than the 10 that I had. So in essence, it's 3 times faster minimum.
Yeah, I've got like 12 or 13 up. And
that's all our gigabit service is, though, Mitch. It's the same thing. It's Comcast, and it's only in the 30s. In fact, Ken Herron got the package, the gigabit package, when they first announced it, and it was only like $129 a month. Now it's double that.
Wow!
I should have freaking got it when they had it.
I only have their 100 megabit down. I get 100 megabits down and 13 up, and that's all I need. You know, it's not like I got a house full of kids playing games or anything.
Well, if you look, I think I have 15 different things on the damn connected to the router, because all these tablets we have laying around, they're all connected to it. The phones are connected. Everything. I didn't realize there was that much crap on there until I looked at it.
Yeah, it's an awakening situation.
Yeah.
If you ever want to scare yourself, there's an app for your cell phone called Fing, Fing, and Fing will search and map out your local network and display for you every device it finds, along with the IP address and other information. And one little house with one little network, when you run that thing, you see 40 different things on there, you know, and you go, what the hell?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I logged on with TeamViewer under my cousin. He said he was having problems with everything slowing down. So I logged on and I just took a look, and I just started shaking my head, because exactly as you said, Mitch, I got to the house. There was 47 devices connected to his home, because he's got a house next to him that his niece and stuff live in, so they've got it shared. And his son lives on the other side. So I'm sitting there going, well, number one, here's what we need to do. You know that nice router that I got you that gives you 2 channels of 5G? You keep one for yourself, and you let the other one open for the other people, and then of course they've got all the streaming. And I says, and put the streaming on it. So you give everybody the 2.4G access to that. You keep the streaming for your house on 5G, and then just keep the other one just strictly for yours. Gee whiz, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's nuts, especially with all this home automation. You know, every Amazon Echo, every Google Home clock, every automatic thermostat, Philips Hue to dim your lights, your alarm system. I have an alarm system that's all connected on the internet.
Ring or Sonos or anything like that? Or
and
all of them are on it.
And webcams, if you got webcams, every one of those is a device. And then every PC and every portable device, every cell phone, every tablet, every Netflix, Netflix box.
Don't forget your smart TV.
Yeah, your Roku boxes and your TVs. It's absolutely mind blowing. And then when the internet goes down for 10 minutes and your house goes dark and nothing works, you realize how reliant you are on this nonsense.
That's when I kick on my DVD player.
Yeah.
Well, before the show, I was going to do the show in vMix, but Jim got in more than a half hour before the show, and
because we know I don't know what time these things go on.
Yeah, I was just having problems with the audio again. Last week it was running pretty good.
Yeah.
This week, just a lag in it, and it was just maddening. So I said, I tried everything.
He did try to put it the 90 millisecond change and all that. He was still Kung Fu Larry.
Well,
Yeah.
remember one thing. I don't know with your part of the country, Art. Everybody went back to school this last week here. And so you got
Oh,
everybody with the online schooling is back in session. That's why you've seen the internet slow down to a grinding
Oh,
halt this
that's
last week, right
right.
after Labor Day, the day after Labor
wow,
Day.
that's right.
Right, that's right. Because I was checking my speed. I have a speed tester
Right.
pinned on my toolbar here. And I click on that, and I'm like, oh, wow, my download is quite a bit slower, but my upload, yeah, it's a little slower than usual. But I'm like, oh, what the heck? And you know
Oh,
what? That made a lot of a lot of sense to me that everybody is doing the online schooling because some of the districts are, I think, here in Jefferson County, they're either, I think they're doing half and half.
Hmm.
So I think, you know, mhm.
Well,
Hey,
right
Art,
now,
Yes, welcome,
Jaybird
Bob
says there's
Casey.
buffering. Is that anybody else buffering? I don't see it here.
Art is out of sync.
I'm out of
Well,
sync.
that's so what's new, you know?
And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. You
No,
know
of
that,
course
Art.
not. Of course not. Of course not. Although, Art, every time today during Spin Up when they announced the names of the winners,
yeah,
I
yeah.
I,
Here we
antici-
go.
I anticipated your
Hearing.
name,
Yeah.
and the winner is Art Carlson. I mean, it was just like a natural flow of that.
I'm going to file a complaint with Kelly against Ken Dono and Ken Herron because I'm sure our names were knocked out of the box with their buzzing around between
Oh
the
yeah,
drones and
that's
flipping
right.
the stuff up in the air.
Well, they said they got them all.
Doesn't
You know
Sean,
what's going to
Sean said he
happen,
did.
Steve?
Yeah.
Three weeks from now, Steve. 3 weeks from now, the little janitor lady's going to be in there, and she's going to be dusting up, and she's going to move a little something. There's going to be two pieces of paper, two little
Yeah.
slips of paper, and she's going to pick them up. She's going to say with a Spanish accent, she's going to say, "Who is this Mitch Weiss and Steve Carpenter?"
Yes. For Art Carlson. Who's this Arturo Carlson?
Yeah, Carlson. Yeah.
not my name. See, because I was a winner because I watched the replay. So I won right off the bat.
Mhm.
Yeah, Michael, you're right.
The whole spirit of the thing, though, gets killed with this friggin' COVID because it's basically a meetup. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For guys to meet each other around the country.
Well, at least there's going to be spin down. Well, for those that can make it now, because I had to cancel here.
Uh-huh.
My wife was not approved for her time off because they're
Oh.
launching brand new software, and she's like the lead point that everything starts within for the whole entire thing because she's the contract administrator. And same way with me. The city wants to have a meeting on the Friday before, right? Because we were going to leave on Wednesday, a road trip there, and come back the following Wednesday, and boop,
And
there it
they
goes.
couldn't do a teleconference meeting.
Well, not for my wife. She's got to be there because it's everything going in. But technically, she could do it from any computer anywhere.
Exactly.
There
In
you
fact,
go.
that's the way most people are working these days at these technology companies. They're not
Oh,
going into the office.
she's only missed, I would say, since March. She's only missed probably not being at work 2 weeks, working from home. Maybe she's been there all the time. Kind of like Art, got to wear a mask, all 8 hours of being in there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But the big thing is they're having the company come in and having company representatives be there to also watch you and be there for that first week.
Jim's voice is very deep. Is he in the witness protection? And then Al says Jim sounds weird.
Your audio is a little off.
Your
But actually,
mic-
it doesn't
Yeah, but-
sound bad.
I was trying to tell Art, my little SSD, the 1 terabyte SSD, Steve, that's USB
Yeah.
plugged in, is doing a backup to the 6 terabyte, 7,200 RPM hard drive. So naturally, it's using 40% of my GPU and 50% of my CPU. What the hell's that about? Doesn't it just compare files that it has and doesn't have? It should only be taken from F, any new files that I have, and putting it into E, storing them. Why is it using up all the resources?
Depends how it's configured, because most of the new computers now will actually use, even though it's for videos, and they'll actually use GPU memory if it can, in order to grab all the memory it can. So it's not just using all the CPU, it's going to use this over here instead of relying just on the CPU.
Mm-hmm. I got 32 of RAM, so that's not a problem. But
right.
If my voice is getting crappy, are you using camera mic? No, this is the same one. Same Yeti mic. You know how this thing loves my Yeti mic. It usually shuts it off. But I tried the camera mic with Art. Let me try that again. And he said that was worse.
Oh, Ray, that's good.
20K was the big prize, along with 30 other smaller prizes. 25,000 was the big prize?
No.
No, I did not.
Yeah, the Tesla.
No. The Tesla, yeah.
Hello, Al.
So, how did
That's the Brio.
Like?
That sounds a little better.
Yeah.
That's the Brio microphone on the camera.
Yeah, well, now you sound more like yourself than you do through the Yeti.
Maybe because the Yeti's USB.
You need to find a way to get that mic directly into the computer and not going through the hub.
I am out of USB ports, my friend.
I know.
Well, unplug that hard drive that you're doing the backup. Tell it to hurry up and get it done.
What? That's another thing. That's another thing. The other night I tried to do it. I started it at 9 p.m. By 11:30 p.m. I shut the friggin' thing off. What the hell's it doing? Starting from zero every time?
You know what you may want to try is get one of those where it's one USB and then it turns it into two. It's like a plug, like the old telephone adapters. I've got
a 10. I've got the 10 plug power port.
No, but just go directly into the port, just so there's nothing else but that one.
Yeah, there you go.
And try it, so it's not going through the whole entire port. And see if that can figure it. Yeah, Al. Yeah, get an apple.
Agent K, he says he likes the Barry White Jim better.
Yeah.
It was that bad.
Well, it was halfway between Barry White and your normal voice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Barry White. He had to the ladies loved that.
Like
the chicks loved it. They did.
Over your face, you sound like you were in witness protection.
Witless.
The one entry, that one guy, I thought it was almost like the Barry White song, the way he was singing the new for the new Ready Set Drone.
Oh, the song, the drone song.
That's right. Yeah.
Get an Apple computer.
So
God bless
you liked the little puppet that Brennan was playing around with. That was hysterical.
Bob.
Boozer Bob.
Poked him in the eye.
Bob.
Ow, 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 ow.
The only boozer in there was Ken Dono.
Yeah, I think when you get Ken, I think when you get Ken together with Sean Oz, you got a volatile little, troublemaking situation.
It's the other way around. Sean Oz is not the drinker. It's Ken's the drinker. Sean is actually not much of a drinker. I mean, he'll socially drink and stuff like that, but you get him into a party. I mean, Art was there, at Spin Up, and we had it, but Ken was going 2-1 for every one we were having at least.
Yep. I think I had one of those Heinies last time. That was it for me. Yep.
Oh, you only had the Heineken? That was non-alcoholic.
It was?
Yeah.
I didn't know they made non-alcoholic. alcoholic.
Yeah, there's several of them. In fact, one of the best ones is Beck's Beer makes. Can't think of the name of it right offhand, but they make a non-alcoholic Beck's, and that is unbelievably good.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Ken was drinking a Hawaiian beer on Wednesday. I don't know where the hell he finds these in these Florida. Well, we got ABCs. But other than that, we're just like a Winn-Dixie 7-Eleven kind of town. I mean, Circle K, 7-Eleven,
Right.
you know, that kind of jazz.
Nowadays,
Well,
I mean,
where
there's so
I
many
live,
different
we've
types
got
of beer.
Yeah, we've got one of those super liquor stores. Like it's called Total Beverage. And there
Okay.
are two of them here on the north end of town, and it's like they took a supermarket and it's just all liquor.
That's
all
what the
kinds of-
ABC stores are. I never knew what the hell an ABC store was till I came to Florida. It's like it's huge.
Well, we got these total wine and spirits down here, Jim, which are like, there's one in Vieira, and it's the size of a normal supermarket, and it's nothing but wine and liquor.
That's what they do. They go into shut down markets and convert them into the liquor wine shops. We have a Bevmo is one of them here, and then Total Wine and More is the other one that we have here. And they're 40, 50,000 square foot
Jesus
buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and
they
they
put
put
the little
on
guys
wine
right out of
tastings.
business.
Yeah, they put on wine tastings in the inside and everything.
Yeah, and like Mitch said, they put all the little guys out of business.
Yeah, little guys can't compete with them.
No.
Yeah, that's where I get my San Miguel, which is
Total Wine and Beef, over 3,000 craft beers.
We used to have. Do we still have that? Do we still have that independent brewery on US 1, Mitch? There was a microbrewery there on US 1. I don't remember if they're still open.
Up in Cocoa, up near
No,
Cocoa?
in Melbourne. In
Melbourne.
On
Probably.
US 1.
I'm not much of a drinker, so I don't get out to those places. But I think that whether they survived the COVID thing or not is another story. But I think it was there.
Bunch of crap already.
I don't see how any of those places
Scotch
could not
with your
survive. They
cigar.
didn't. Here in California, liquor stores were never shut down.
But the
same here.
bars weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't
the
they just
bars
didn't they
and
just
restaurants.
open them up this week, or aren't they going to open them on Monday? Or is that
don't
oh,
know.
that's Orlando where they're going to do in Orlando they're opening them up on Monday again. And 25% occupancy, how can you even survive?
Yeah.
Most of these restaurants and bars, if they're not full, they're not making money.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're-
Especially
if
especially if you're dining, that's the killer.
That's their money.
Yep.
I used to go to this place and get their takeout, 50 wings from the local bar, Oh, man, they made great garlic wings. Used to get them, bring them home all the time. It's like you can't stop. They're making those chickens smaller and smaller,
Those are what Cornish game hens, maybe?
That's what they took away the steroids, Jim.
The outlaw. Boy, Jim, there's a barbecue place up in Vieira on Stadium Parkway called Low and Slow. Have you heard of them?
No.
They're right next to where the stadium is? On
Yeah, of
Stadium
course.
Parkway? Yeah, it's just north of the stadium, directly adjacent to and north of the stadium. Low and Slow. That's where I meet my son for lunch most of the time, and we get chicken wings, and I don't know what kind of steroids they're pumping into these chickens, but these are like turkey drumsticks. These chicken, and they bring you a plate of them like this big. If you ever get up that way, try them out if you want some good wings. They're delicious.
I have VHS video of when the stadium was being built because we were building our Harbor City Ambulance Station 8 at the same time. So I don't know. That's when the Washington Nationals first came down.
Yeah, that
here
was a
and all
long time ago. That was a long time ago. Yeah.
Like I said, VHS.
Yeah.
And the one place you don't want to go to is Colon Blow.
Hey, Mel, that's why I have it blocked.
Cue it, Mitch. Keep the
Mel
button
sent me a
handy.
rim shot. You know, Mel sent me a rim shot sound effect. But you know, and I never and I haven't put it on. I don't know how to
Speed
get
dial,
it into this
yeah.
app.
Yeah.
You know, so I haven't figured out a handy way to run it yet. But I need that. I definitely need. Whenever Art's around, I need that sound effect. It's essential. I have to say hi to everybody in the chat that said hi to me because I haven't. I typed my fingers to the bone today during that live stream. Damn, 2 chats at once. Were you in you were in both of them too, Steve, weren't you? In the Discord. I'm surprised the Discord didn't have more people. There was only 40 or 50 guys in the Discord.
Yeah.
Hey, we got one more for the panelists. Let's welcome to the stage Mel.
Speaking of Mel,
400 AGL. Hey, Mel. Welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Art, you're very low again.
Oh, God dang it. There we go.
Yeah, I hear that hiss
Mel,
now.
400 AGL.
Better.
Bring it down just a hair.
Hey.
Just a hair. Okay. How's that?
That's good.
Much better. Much better.
Hello,
Good afternoon,
everybody.
Mel.
Bumping into the volume. The volume and the reverb dial are like right next to each other. Okay. Carry on.
Art. Permission to speak freely.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Mel, I blocked that. You got to use your block feature, brother. If that's
Yep,
what you're going to talk
and
about.
that's fixing to happen.
I got it blocked, so I never see that
for-
human being.
For someone to go on the Spin Up channel
Yeah.
and say things like it's a scam and everything else, and then to continuously bitch about buffering when there isn't any for anyone else. So I politely say the stream is fine, STFU, and then I get called a rude ass. Well, I'm going to tell you what. I don't need to mention anybody names. Everybody in this chat knows exactly who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
I got a phone call before, hours ago, asking me how to block. So I went through and showed that person how to block the turd.
Yep. So, you know, Art and Steve and Mitch and Jim, I apologize, but there's just some shit that you got to get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've
always
said my
something,
piece
isn't
and I've spoken freely.
Freely.
And if I may go on with it, and promoting a giveaway on somebody else's stream was truly uncalled for. And you were automatically being buffered out with every one of your posts. Every post, even if you just said hello, was being buffered automatically out and for holding.
I heard Chris was pissed.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely uncalled for.
There was somebody else that came in a little earlier and in all caps typed in the chat, please subscribe to my channel, or please take a look at my channel.
I remember that.
If I had seen that as a moderator on Kelly's channel, I would have blocked the person immediately.
Yeah, well, we were all a lot of us are moderators on that channel. Anybody
Jump
that's,
on.
Yeah.
The group block. Who can get to it first?
Thank you, Michael.
Well, what are you going to do?
You know, it's just, there's etiquette.
Well, you think
and we all try to follow it, you know, with each other. And if one of us sees something going on in someone's stream and has been invited to join that stream, then we are free to go ahead and join the stream and ask the host if we may speak our mind. And if they say no, then okay. But if they say yes, then that's a different story.
And you know, Mel, it's just so unlike you to actually speak your mind.
Why would I ever do that?
No.
Hey, I want
Tell
to
us
say
what you
hello
really
to
think.
Svana in Fly High, Ireland, UK.
Big crowd tonight, Art.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got a great crowd tonight, Art. Man,
34, 33 people. Look at that.
Hello, Gareth. How are you,
And,
sir?
Tom Tentos.
Yes.
welcome.
So
Hello again,
what?
Tom.
You know the thing that Bob Casey and I were talking on the phone after the thing. We talked about an hour here just a little bit ago, and one of the things that him and I both noticed, and I'm sure you guys probably noticed too, most of the winners were people that most of us have no idea who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob said,
Well,
you
Mike-
know, I don't think I knew a single one of those guys, maybe one or two. And I said, yeah, but you know, Bob, remember this, you know, we've got 1,000 subscribers, 500, you know, 2,000. Kelly's got 150,000 subscribers. He's going to have people that we don't know, you know, I mean,
But the big one, Mel, the big winner, Michael Wright, is here in the chat with us.
Yeah.
he is. Yes, he
Yes.
is.
Yeah. And he's the right. We thought it was.
We
a
thought he
different
was the.
right.
We thought he
You
might
thought
have
he
been
was
the
the
wrong
left, right?
I thought he
Or
was
the
the
wrong
wrong
right.
right because I
The
got
wrong
a
right,
call.
yeah.
Yeah.
They said, "Is that the right Michael Wright?"
And I already booked my airline reservation so I can intercept the postal service as it's being delivered to his home.
Oh. So what did
Just
he,
cut
what did
a
he
little
win? I
slit.
missed it. What did he win?
The Mavic 2 Pro.
Oh, I've already got one of those. No big deal.
Just cut
Yeah.
a little slit in the box, Steve.
I thought for
it
sure
was-
Mel Art was going to win the RoboMaster again.
I thought that too. I really did. I thought if Art wins that RoboMaster, I'm calling him on the phone and saying, Art, give it to me.
Well,
No, he would be able to have battles in his living room now, tank battles. That'd be cool.
you know, I think Sean was kind of like, I wonder if it's going to be the same winner.
And what happened with the one that Ken Dono pulled and then they couldn't do that name? They
Oh,
had
That was John Spizzo.
That was John Spizzo.
John passed
died.
away
He died.
Oh,
July 29th. John passed away.
okay.
Yeah.
A great
So
supporter of every channel.
Yeah.
But they
yeah.
did, Mel, they did come out and a couple minutes later, they actually put that in the chat so everybody could see
Okay.
why they
Because
did what they did.
well, I took my car to the shop this morning to get the O2 sensors replaced and could only get one done because one of them is rusted solid in the exhaust manifold.
God, that's expensive.
And the guy was afraid to break it off, you know, so because we didn't have another exhaust manifold right there handy to change it out if we needed to. So that got put on hold. And then I went to another guy's house from the flying field and helped him finish putting together a 3D biplane kit. It's already built but it's never been flown.
Oh.
And he bought it as is, I guess, or it was given to him or whatever. I don't know how he acquired it, but so we messed with that, and I spent time putting together my new little Cub foamy that I bought from Banggood that was supposed to be here October 1st. It came yesterday or a day before.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Wait a minute. Something came early?
Yeah, like a month early, Steve.
Did it ship from the U.S. warehouse or did it ship
No.
from China?
Shipped from China.
Who do you know?
China's trying to get back better in customer service relations.
Well, all the
I guess.
writing
I don't
on it,
know.
all the writing, the box tape, everything was all in Chinese. So
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
that's coming
assuming.
from China.
But you know when you have, you know what the rods are that you put in the wings, right? To put the two
Yeah.
wings together, Mitch? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the kit came with everything but that.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Are you sure
so-
it wasn't taped in? Sometimes those things will be hidden between two blocks of foam or something that you don't really.
No, there was
realize.
no blocks of foam. The fuselage, the wings, the vertical stabilizer, the horizontal stabilizer laying in the box taped shut, a little zip baggie of hardware, no instructions, no spar, no nothing.
I'll be damned.
It wasn't
Well, I
even
could-
in an airplane box. It was just in a plain cardboard box.
Maybe
Yeah.
are you famous? Are you famous at Banggood? I mean, were there a couple of Chinese ladies over there looking at each other, going, "Oh, milk Coke, ah, we
know-
take out
we know
Spar
that.
from Kit," you know?
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah.
But hello, Jay.
We like your
Yeah, so
Coca-Cola.
so now I'm gonna. So this evening I'm gonna. Sam, one of the guys that I fly with, that I was helping with that airplane today, he gave me a motor and a speed controller for it, And the other day he gave me a bunch of stuff. He gave me a bunch of micro servos and all kinds of things. He gave me 4 or 5 what's that radio called?
Controller?
Spectrum. He gave me 4 or 5 Spectrum receivers.
Receivers? Oh, man.
So I've
Now,
got
the
everything
spar-
I need. I've
The
got
spar on
everything I
that
need.
thing, is it a big, is it, it's not a real big airplane, is it?
No, it's like a 36-inch wingspan.
You know, you can use, these carbon fiber arrow
That's what I did.
shafts.
I got a
Yeah, the
carbon
arrow
fiber rod.
shafts.
Sam had one.
Oh, okay.
Well, the thing is, it's only 7/32. It's really small.
Oh, it's just, okay.
Yeah, but Sam had one, so
That's
I've
what
got-
she said.
I've got it in the first half of the wing. I epoxied it, and when I go back there again, I'm gonna epoxy the other end and put the other wing together. You know, I'm gonna glue the wing together. So I've got a carbon fiber dowel. It's actually a tube, I think. I don't think. Well, it might be solid. I don't know. I'll have to look
Yeah,
at
most
the end
of the
it.
time they're tubes. You
Yeah,
don't
I
need
think
to
this
have a
is-
solid one for it.
They're
You
hollow.
don't need that much strength.
Yeah, no, I think it's a. I don't know if it's a solid or a tube, but either way, I got the carbon fiber rod to put in it. So now I can finish the build.
I am too, Tomas.
So yeah,
That's the first thing I do.
I just noticed. Oh, Top Chat. Yep.
How
yep.
much do you miss if you're on Top Chat?
It
A lot.
depends. It depends. If you're not on Top Chat, or if you're on Top Chat instead of live chat, live chat picks up everybody. Top Chat only picks up like the top 5 chatters or 10 chatters.
Right.
Exactly.
So if people only type, every 90 seconds or 2 minutes, you may never see them type for 5 minutes.
So to all of you I haven't responded to since 2017, I apologize.
Oh, that's great.
Oh,
I noticed that.
Priceless, Jim.
I noticed that one time I went into a stream and there was a bunch of people and I said hi to everybody and nobody said hi back to me. And I'm going, what the hell's going wrong? And then I noticed, and when I clicked that live chat button, all of a sudden my name came up
It
in a
lit up.
string about
Boom.
this
Yep.
long. Yeah.
Yep.
What, yeah, like guys are saying, why do they even have that?
Exactly.
What now? Google's going to pick out what they think you would like to hear. That's
Yeah,
your
that's it.
Top Chat.
Yeah.
What do you mean? They do that with everything that comes across your feed, your notifications, everything. They do it for everything.
Something else. If you guys, any of you guys, none of you guys are going, Art doesn't have to worry about a hotel because he lives too close. But anybody in chat that that might be going to the Dylan thing, if you have not yet booked your hotel, I booked mine yesterday, and I did not use the Spin Up group promotion when I booked it because I booked it through a travel thing.
Got it cheaper?
I actually got it like $14 a night cheaper.
So did I. When I originally booked it, I just used my Best Western Preferred membership, and it was like the same thing, $12, $14 cheaper than it was for the spin-up cost.
Yeah. Now I don't know if that discount, surely just by my name at Best Western, it doesn't pick up that all that Best Western hotel stuff I had when I was out in California, because we stayed at Best Westerns a lot when I was out there for Precision Hockey.
Do you have a preferred card number?
I don't have the card. I never got the card, but the people at the front desk at one of them said, you should do this because you get the points. And I was like, okay, well, do it. So I filled out some little piece of paper and they entered it all in the computer. So I'm assuming that it's,
cool.
Who knows? I don't know.
You know what to do is just go on there, type in your email address and say you forgot your sign in, and then go in there and it'll let you set it up if you've never set up an account.
I don't recall, Steve, that I ever did. I don't know. Yeah, but your room won't have many windows. That's okay. That's quite all right. Who said that? Oh, K9.
Four-eyed K9.
That's okay. I'm used to no windows anyway. They keep guys like me in those jackets that tie your arms behind your back in padded rooms with no windows.
He's a Mac guy. He's not.
They're a bitch to get out of those jackets.
and they're all white. They're just a bitch to keep clean after you're trying to roll around on the ground trying to get out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? Years ago, I worked with a comic who does escapes, and he did a straight jacket thing where he got out of a straight
You know,
jacket.
if you
You can
have
do
the,
it if you can move your
if
shoulder
you can,
out.
Yeah.
if
I
you
think-
can dislocate your shoulder yourself, you can do
Yeah.
it. Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yep, I think that's what he did.
I'll pass.
Mel doesn't
I'll
need
pass.
windows. He is used to the dungeon. Greg, you have no idea.
Oh, hi, Greg. How you doing?
Hey, Greg.
Oh my goodness.
Tim, I'm all set. You can come and pick me up at my place. I'll give you the direction.
Okay. Where am I driving
Tim
to?
lives up in Longmont. That's just about 45 minutes north of me, and he's still got to drive down south. So he's gonna, in order to get to I-70, he could just stop right by and pick me up and take me up there.
Or you can honk your horn as you're driving by.
Yeah.
You going to Colorado, Jim? You going out there?
No, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I thought he said Jim.
No, he's talking about Tim.
Tim, the four-eyed canine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tim.
Apparently he lives in Longmont,
Yeah, because
which is just north of Denver.
Art can't drive up in that altitude.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm kind of
Not safe for him.
Yeah.
He shrinks.
Respiratory.
The pressure.
Oh.
Yeah, I get altitude sickness and
Hypoxia.
sometimes I black out.
Oh my.
Yeah. That happened to me up at Vail. This is like in.
Let me ask you something.
92.
What the hell are you living in friggin' Colorado for then?
Well, at least
I'm
Denver.
down here in Denver. That's about 5,000 feet lower than where I'm going.
I thought
why
that
don't you
was
get?
a Mile High
Can you
Stadium.
get Can you get a little supplemental oxygen tank to take with you for this trip?
I probably could. Yeah. Might look into that. And I do have my CPAP stuff.
I was
with
going
me,
to say,
so-
because if you're. Okay, so I'm sorry. Okay. I don't mean this in a bad way, Art. Please believe me. But if you can't drive.
Okay,
up
here
there,
goes. Come on. Give it to me.
if you can't drive up there, how the hell are you going to stay awake to fly a drone up there, buddy?
Oh, I'm not going to fall right to sleep. As long as I stay hydrated, stay away from caffeine and alcohol.
Oh, okay. So there's steps you can take that help you with it then. I get you. Okay. It just went through my brain like, I can't drive up there because I might pass out. I'm thinking, well, what the hell? Once you get there, what keeps you from passing out? You know?
He's sitting down.
Steve, Art's sitting down when he's standing up, for Christ's sake. Okay, I get it now, Art. It just struck me weird. It's like, okay, so if he can't drive because he passes out and he's going up there and the altitude's even higher, then okay, I'm confused.
Okay.
You know? I'm sorry. Maybe I've had too much caffeine, you know what I mean?
That was
There's
Ken
no such
Herron's
thing, Mel.
stream when we picked on Art.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Thursday Night Live. He was
Did they have a good time with you, Art?
I said I was going to hang him on the wall.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, you've never met Art, but I have. And, you know, for an average sized man, it would not be hard to just pick him up and hang him on the wall. If there's a coat hook on the wall, Art could be in trouble if he makes somebody like Chris Hope mad. You know, Chris Hope's a mountain of a man, you know. Bob Casey, too, you know. They pick him up, put him up there like a rag doll. Say, you just stay out of the way for a little while. Here, Art, hang around.
Yeah, but he's all set. He can just sit there and hold the controller and doesn't have to stand up.
There
you go. There you go. It doesn't get any better than that.
That's a cool way to steal his drones. Just take him up to a high mountain.
Free to
He
laugh now.
drops out.
Free to laugh now. Had a drone follow me while riding my mobility scooter. Should I be concerned? Absolutely not. There's absolutely nothing to worry about. Seriously now. I'm being serious, 100%. Somebody was just saying, hey, look at this. I'm going to follow this guy and see if I can follow him or whatever the case might be.
Or trying to tracking, active tracking,
Yeah, so no,
they're just playing with their drone.
Yep, they're just playing with their drone.
Don't worry about it. My neighbors think I'm spying on them. So,
well, if it got removed a little while ago, how's it back?
He comes back and starts a new channel and just used his name and it'll recreate it.
Ah.
He's done it multiple times on multiple channels.
Ah. Interesting. What is a force multiplier drone? A force multiplier drone is a figment of Ken Heron's brilliant imagination.
It's a force multiplier!
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Hello, Robert.
That's funny. Hey, Robert. How you doing?
I think I'll do it. It's a force multiplier.
Nope, didn't work.
Oh, wait.
No.
That wasn't it. No.
And it
That was good, though. That was good.
Yeah, I don't know. You know.
Okay, there we go. Now let's.
It's a force multiplier.
Oh, my goodness.
You always want to say gerbil when you hear that. I don't know why.
Alvin. Going to call you Alvin.
Alvin, there you go. The chipmunk.
Yep.
Alvin.
There you go.
God,
We
you
can get
remember that? Do you remember Alvin and the Chipmunks?
Yeah.
We could
The
get
song
you a
is
job for a
going in my head.
voiceover.
Yeah,
This
you
is
get
for
that
a
song.
remake.
Yep.
You know what? I was thinking of doing Ready, Set, Drone this way.
Ready, set, drone. Ready, set, drone. I will be flying low.
That would have been actually interesting.
That would have been funny.
That might have been comical.
Yeah.
The guy that won actually did do a good job with it, though. That I have to say.
Yeah.
That I have to say. He did do a good job with it.
Mm-hmm.
And you all know him.
We do?
Who did it?
I don't want to say because Kelly wants to announce it, but
Oh.
he actually, if you were reading the chat closely, he actually went out and thanked somebody for the comment they made. And that's how I found out about it.
Oh.
So Kelly then was announcing saying he wanted to keep it probably for his next, first Monday show.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Okay.
you don't have to tell me if I'm right or wrong, but to me it sounded like Tater.
No, Tater did have one, but Tater
He
wasn't
was number
one.
one. He was number
Okay.
one.
All right. I
Tater
knew
was
one of them
number
sounded
one, and
like
Dennis
Tater.
Lovelady was like number 5 or 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dennis I recognize. I recognize he did. He was the one that did a cappella, didn't he?
Yeah.
He sang,
No,
you
he
know,
did it with
the-
his ukulele.
Ukulele.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're not saying, Ray. They're not telling me. You should have not come here, OB drone.
Hey, Steve,
Yeah.
I'll keep the secret, but text me who you think it was.
Oh, come on. Okay.
Okay. Got to tell
I'll
somebody.
tell you what. I'm going to put it here in the private chat.
Aha.
I was like, twist my thumb.
It's
Not
the
even
first
twist
time
my hand.
I've ever seen anybody use this private chat, so this is going to be interesting.
Oh, we use it not quite a bit, but we do use it.
For emails.
Oh, okay.
And,
Okay.
All right.
emails
I
and
never
phone
would.
numbers.
And if you go back in the chat, you'll see it in there.
Okay. Well,
it's
I'm
towards-
actually
towards-
rolling
yeah.
that. I'm actually rolling that chat and kind of watching it as we go here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, Mel, they couldn't take a torch to your L2 sensor and get it out, back it
You
up?
know, that's kind of what bugged me is he wouldn't even try. Because on the town car, Jim, there's so much shit under there. And on the right-hand side of the motor,
Yeah.
where the exhaust manifold is, especially at the back, it's buried with
That has
stuff.
2 catalytic converters, doesn't it?
It used to have.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
actually 4, 2 on each side.
Yeah.
It had uppers and lowers, or fronts and rears, as they call them.
My Ford Explorer had 3 oxygen sensors. I replaced them. They were man. Those suckers are in there, so that's why I know about changing them with a torch.
Yeah.
Oh, you got that heat expansion contraction constantly going on the time on the manifolds, so it's going to do that.
Not only, rust and age and everything else. So yeah. But my cruise control quit working too. And so I did some research, and I didn't know this, but on Fords especially, and probably on most vehicles, but on Ford products, there's a sensor that screws right into the side or the bottom of the master cylinder. And that sensor is a cruise control cutoff, so that if your brake pedal cutoff fails for some reason to kill your cruise control, this one on the master cylinder, once it senses pressure from the brake fluid, it will kill your cruise control. That way you can't step on the brake and your cruise control keep making your car go, right?
Oh, yeah.
When that sense switch fails, it fails open, so it won't allow your cruise control to function.
Right.
I changed that today, and because I asked him, I said, "Hey, you got a wrench that'll fit this? I want to change it while we're here." He's like, "Yeah, I'll do it for you." And he tried on it like 3 times, and he was like, "Nah, I'm afraid I'll break it off." I said, "Give me that damn wrench." So I held on to the sensor. I cupped the bottom of it, and I put the wrench here, and I used equal twisting force and snapped it right loose and unscrewed it and screwed the new one in. So I don't know, I might try to get under there myself and try to get that thing loose.
There you go.
Just don't go snapping it.
Well, if I snap it off, I'm no worse off than I am now. I just end up changing the manifold.
Yeah.
So there's 2 options. It's either going to come out or it's not. So it's either going to be a sensor change or a manifold and sensor change. It's going to be one or the other. At this point, it seems like it's going to be one or the other.
Oh, you figure
welcome to
if
show.
it screws up the manifold, then Rosie's
Hello,
here
Lon.
too.
What's
Roosevelt.
Fly
Hello,
natural.
Roosevelt.
that? Hey, Rosie.
I always equate him
Try
with
putting
Rosie
it in
Greer.
21 gigawatts. Yeah, there you go. What was that, Jim? I'm sorry.
I always equate him with Rosie Greer. That's why I call him Rosie.
Hero. Yeah, I call him Rosie or Rosie. Sometimes in chat, I'll just call him R,
I wonder if he even knows who Rosie Greer is. Rosie Greer used to knit on TV commercials.
Yeah, he absolutely did. That's absolutely true. Hello, Lon.
What he did before that was a National Football League player.
Yep.
Yeah, but don't forget Mr. Prez.
He could knit all he wanted.
Yep.
Don't forget Mr. Prez, Mal. His other name.
Oh, yeah. Roosevelt. President Roosevelt.
Oh, yeah. That's.
It's Spin Up One. That was the nickname that he was tagged with. Mr. President.
Yep. Well, guys, I think I'm going to bail out and go put some radio gear in a Piper Cub.
Okay.
So that I can fly it tomorrow.
Mel?
Art, thanks for the email, for the invite. I appreciate it. Everybody in chat, it's good to see everybody. Glad everybody enjoyed the spin up presentation today. I thought it was, even though I watched, you know what? I got to say, this phone that my secondary phone, my YouTube phone, I started that at 9:30. No, yeah, 9:30. And I tuned into that, to Kelly's channel, and did not turn it off until the very end and still had 16% battery left.
Wow.
So it played that video the entire 5-6 hours, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was blown away that it actually lasted the whole thing through. But anyway, so Steve, Jim, Mitch,
have fun tomorrow.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm going to go flying, and I'm going to put a camera like this on the foamy and do some more tailspins and stuff and actually record digital footage of it instead of just FPV. I'm going to get loops and rolls and all kinds of stuff. And I'm going to try to fly the. Now, I've never flown a tail dragger, Mitch. This will be my first time flying a tail dragger. So
well, you remember that takeoff that you did up there at
yeah,
Tennessee, where it made a hard left turn the minute you gave it power? That's what you can expect with a tail dragger.
No, I turned that. I did that myself.
No, but it'll do it all by itself. You get so much torque when you be prepared to give it a lot of right rudder when you're ready.
Well, I'll just throttle it up real easy. And the thing is, it's going to be so damn light, it'll probably only roll about 3 feet and it'll be flying. Yeah. So, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night, Mel.
And we got big.
Yeah, everybody got big.
So,
well, at least
the guys on this side are all wearing spin-up shirts.
Yep.
Yeah. Some of us are dressed for the occasion.
And I put on, and I decided tonight that I was going to dress up for your show instead of just wear a T-shirt. And the rest of you guys all wore T-shirts.
I'm dressed for a sweaty garage in Florida where the door's open and it's raining outside.
I'm afraid for the next couple of days I'm not going to be able to do any flying. I got all those quads that are all finished that I fixed for Carlos. They're all rebuilt, every one of them. And now all I got to do is test fly them, and the weather's so bad.
What's his bill coming to? It's a lot of hours in that, huh?
I did it for him. He paid for the part. All I said was, whatever, you just pay for the parts. I'm not going to charge you for the labor. That's my hobby, number one. Number two, I figured that it's something to talk about, if nothing else. It's content for my channel and the FPV workshop to talk about this stuff. So I don't, I'm not. You reach, look, these things are only worth so much money. And when you have to rebuild them, if you got to pay somebody $20 an hour labor, you could go out and buy 2 new quads for what it would cost you to fix one old one, Mm-hmm. But he came out pretty good. He came out pretty good on the deal because most of the 2 bigger ones are almost all the guts are new. One of them's got new motors. They both have new flight controllers. They both
I saw the flight controller was gone.
Yeah, they both have new high-end video transmitters in them. And
wait, one didn't even have a VTX, right?
Well, they all had some semblances, but they had these really old-fashioned. They were in their day good VTXs, but they were all race VTX. They were underpowered. They were maximum of 200 milliwatts, and at any rate, he's got five quads now that I wouldn't mind owning myself.
Well, that was during the show. We were chatting back and forth with Mitch, and Carlos was in there, and I said, "Yeah, wait till you get the bill. That's the problem now." Because Mitch said, "Yeah, they're all working and they're all in perfect condition." And Carlos was in there, popped in about that time, and I'm sitting there going, "Yeah, Carlos." I said, "Great, Mitch." And then instead of saying that, I said, "Carlos, wait till you get Mitch's bill."
Well, I saw that one that you were taking apart, and it had the USB coming right out of the back where you could never get at it if it was put together.
Oh yeah. That
was that all-in-one.
Yeah, it had that all-in-one board in it and everything. Yeah, that. No, now they ought to fly. They ought to fly great.
We had the same problem with this guy. Remember?
With that one, yeah, it's another one of my rebuilds right there.
Yep, this one had the USB pointing in the wrong direction. Boy, I'm really looking forward to flying this someday.
Well, you will. You just keep going.
Is that what you're doing? You're waiting to practice to get good enough before you fly that?
Yeah,
that makes sense. I mean, why?
It would be dangerous right now at this stage of to fly that quad. That quad has the potential to do a lot of damage. Mm-hmm. It's a chainsaw flying through the air. Is basically what it is.
Salad maker.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is this a new, what is it? What was it? Friday the 13th movie instead of the chainsaw or Texas
comes
Chainsaw
Art.
saying, it's going to be the Texas Drone Massacre.
Yeah, that was the drone one.
Right, the Colorado Drone
Massacre.
Massacre.
And started killing everybody.
Oh, man.
Bill from Coast to Coast. Hey, you still on vacation?
Hey, Bill.
Wow.
Why does Al Diaz say buffering a lot?
So did Lon and others. I'm watching the stream on my other monitor over here, and it's clear.
Yeah, I've got it playing on my monitor here, and there's no buffering at all. So it might just be the internet is so loaded down these days, and it might just be certain parts of the country or certain trunk feeds are bogged down. Or
hold on, I'll bring up my search thing and see how the internet's doing.
Steve Mack says no buffering in Canada, and I'm watching it on my it's not buffering on my TV. But man, I'm still using 50% GPU. Same with the CPU.
You're still copying files, huh? You're still copying files.
You know what? It goes to the SSD and it's 100%, and then it goes to disk E, which is 0. It like shuts one off, turns one on, back and forth.
Right.
I don't know why. I don't understand why it just doesn't know the files it doesn't have and just put them in there.
Well, are you using backup software to do
WD WD backup software?
Okay. Well, and you're doing it what they call an incremental backup.
I don't know. What do I know? It's backup software from Western Digital.
Well, I have the same software that I use on mine, and it just takes a long time. I let mine run in the middle of the night when I'm sleeping. But
because I put it on at 9 o'clock, and by 11:30 it was still running. I'm like, what the hell is this?
You got a lot of files. You got a lot of files on your computer, don't you?
Well, it's 4 terabytes.
Boy. Yeah. So, but I mean, when you think of the number of individual files, there's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of them, and it has to analyze every one of them. So is that showing? What is that, Art? That's kind of cool.
Status of the internet.
The state of the internet. Steve Carpenter put this up here.
Explain what all the flashy thingies are, Steve.
Okay, those flashes, when it goes into a red zone, mean it's overloaded and there's hits being put onto it for attack. But the website outages, this is in the last hour. So as it's coming up, you'll see on the East Coast, Florida, especially on the East Coast over here, a little bit on the West Coast, up by Al. There's a little bit that could be up that way.
Seattle,
not too much up by me. Well, a lot of the attacks too will happen up above there. You get them because of Microsoft. You get them because of Apple, Google.
Right.
But the East Coast has got some running problems there. Yeah, if you just go to pingdom.com, but it's livemat.pingdom, you can just click into it. I use it for checking on the status of my customers, an account that I have with them, for checking the actual status of a web server.
Well, one thing was painfully obvious from that map, and that is if I want good internet service, I should move to Greenland.
Right.
Yeah. Or Iceland. Yeah.
Iceland. Yeah.
You know, Steve and I think we were live streaming at the time. There was a denial of service attack going on in San Francisco, whatever the hell Windows is, Redmond, California. When that was, I mean, you would see those pings going off, like bullets back and forth.
Yeah, you'd see it because it shows where it's coming from, the attack is coming from, and all the attacks were coming from like the Ukraine, Russia, China, the big one. It was just like bing, 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 bing.
It's definitely Star Wars that day.
Would you like to play a game?
I was thinking exactly that, Art, when you said that.
You know, if you watch that movie today, because I have a couple months ago, it's just not as good as it was in the day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're using that telephone modem where they actually put the handset on the modem. That was what the 300 and something baud modem. That was
Yeah.
before
Oh,
the
if it was that,
2400.
yeah.
Yeah.
Steve,
Oh,
have you heard
great.
of have you heard of I think it's called Down Detector. Have you heard of that site?
Yeah.
That's a good site. If sometimes it'll tell you if you can't log into your bank or something and you want to know where the problem is, you can check out that website. It'll show you a graph of how it's failed, when.
You know,
Hmm.
our service provider, Mitch, they do their shutdowns like 3, 4, 5 in the morning so that they can upgrade their equipment. That's my prime hour, you know.
Well, yeah. You're talking about Rectum Internet, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Owned by Cox, owned by Comcast, who now owns Voodoo, bought out from Walmart, who owns Fandango. So, you know what we're going to see here? There was the Ma Bell breakup. We're going to see the Comcast breakup. Is going to be
it
the
used
next
to be
thing.
Bright House. We're talking about, Steve, I'm talking about Spectrum. But for some reason, whenever I think of that name, the word rectum comes out of my mouth.
I knew exactly who you were talking about when you said
Well,
that.
that's better than speculum.
Rectum. Damn near killed them.
Yeah, that rectum.
It was Time Warner, then it was, Comcast bought out Time Warner. Then it was Bright House.
Yeah.
And now it's Spectrum.
I used to think Bright House. We used to complain about Bright House. I'd pay money to have Bright House back again.
It never used to go out. Yeah.
Not only that, but you could deal with those people. You could,
They had the
you could talk to their customer service and get a break on the price or something if you had a good reason. This Spectrum is like Nazis, man. They got the book in front of them and they're not going to deviate. This is it. This is the plan. You don't like it, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
How can I go somewhere else? You're the only service that comes to my house. Well, then you have to pay that, don't you? That's their attitude.
Yep.
When they
Start
first
your own internet.
When they first took over, they shut off my modem. And I said, why? I had to call them on the phone, and it's because I had a modem that was better than theirs, the ones they give out when you buy their service. It's a surfboard 68.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell.
Motorola, yeah.
Yeah. And it's a gigabit modem. So they're afraid I'm going to steal their service, I guess. I don't know.
As long as you have a DOCSIS 3.1 or better, you'll be okay.
It's 3. Yeah.
Well,
the first thing I do when I get internet
not
service
3.
is I get rid of it and hand them back their modem.
3.1 or better. No, just get a 3. Yeah.
I know, Steve.
Mm-hmm. That's what I've got. Mine will go up to 600. And
I call it doses.
Yeah. And I've got this. Yeah.
But no, really, they shut it off. So I had to call and give them the MAC again.
Well, that's ridiculous. Well, they're gonna go in there and lock it down to the speed anyways. The moment you're doing it, all you're doing is give them a new MAC number and the.
Yeah, but my friend Thunderbird 6 taught me how to do away with that. They can't lock me down. Yes.
Oh.
Erase this part of the stream, Art.
Jim Boy?
I don't open the door, and there's 3 no trespassing signs out there, so good luck.
Hello, is Jim Boy there? We got a warrant for your arrest.
Yeah, like the guy from Build the Wall. 15 U.S. Postal Marshals showing up at his front door to arrest him. They drove from New York, I don't know how many hours nonstop to arrest the guy from the Build the Wall underneath. They're saying it's a scam. 15 postal officers come to the guy's front door, and he's a triple, not a quadriplegic, what would it be? Triplegic. He's missing one arm and both of his legs in a wheelchair bound. And they
Oh,
send
wow.
15 postal marshals to the guy's place from New York
Why?
to Florida
What did he do?
to arrest him.
What did he do wrong?
Him and several other people are getting charges of fraud for stealing the money from Build the Wall.
Oh, mail fraud.
Well, it's not mail fraud, it's internet.
So who's
I
in
don't
charge
know
of
how-
that? The FCC?
Well, it was the U.S. Postal Service marshals that were there.
Yeah, well, who's the police department for the Federal Communications Commission? Or the Federal Trade Administration? I don't know. Who the hell knows?
Well, usually that would be if you're
Check your
crossing the
email.
border. But they drove.
Greg, check your email. I just sent you a link.
They drove there. From
Yeah,
New
but
York.
Trip, Art.
Why would they drive interstate? You got postal
Where do you
inspectors
think-
in every state.
Jim, listen to what I just said. Where they came from? New York City,
Well,
And
listen,
and drove to
we
where?
all know I left there for a reason.
Florida.
You're kidding. They don't have
No.
enough law enforcement people here in Florida. They got to
And they,
drive from New York.
never informed the marshal in Florida until the guy was taken into custody.
Wow.
I don't get it. Yeah. There's plenty of postal inspectors. Hell, they got them right down the road here.
It's called politics.
It's called a waste of money. Like all these damn. Well, I'm not going to get into politics now.
Yeah.
All right, let's welcome to the stream Greg Cooner, Oz by Drone.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, guys.
Greg.
Welcome
Hi,
to
Greg.
the stream, Greg.
Thank
Good
you.
debut.
Just thought I'd pop in. You
You
guys
sound
are talking
excited.
about the good stuff, the old 300 baud modems and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That movie, War Games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you remember,
It's-
Greg? You remember the ones where you had to take the telephone handset and stick them down into the
Yeah.
rubber thing?
Oh,
Remember those?
yeah.
Acoustic
Yeah.
couplers.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember. I actually remember those. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Ken Heron does a great modem sound.
Modem impression.
Did that on this show once, and I was like, "Damn, that really sounds like a modem going."
And you're really good if you can do if you can do a 14.4 and then a 56, and somebody could actually tell the difference.
Well, do you guys remember the Trailblazer? Now, there's a modem.
No.
The
That
Telebit
sounds familiar,
Trailblazers.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
U.S.
I ran-
Robotics, man. Remember U.S. Robotics?
Oh yeah.
That was the U.S. Robotics 14.4K modem. That was the gold standard.
That's
I
right.
remember trying to download a picture. Took forever. You'd watch it
Oh,
come
man, are
little
you
by
kidding?
little, line by line on the screen.
Yeah. Oh, it was terrible.
That's in
And by the-
1995.
And by the time you get to see the naughty bits, it's all over.
It's over. It's too late. In fact, you give up. You give up. It takes so long before it gets there. You got shit. You go on
No,
trying
you-
to find another picture.
You wait 2 hours and you say, those knockers aren't that big.
Oh, yeah. After 4 hours, and you go, oh,
Yeah.
what a disappointment that turned out to be.
Oh, Chris, oh,
Hi, Chris. How you doing, buddy?
Hey,
Not
Chrissy.
saying we ever did any of that, though. None
Yeah,
of us
yeah.
would ever admit that we would use the
Never.
internet for such purposes.
yeah, we went.
Mitch,
to
you
those,
resemble that thought.
those bulletin boards.
Do you know-
It was
There was a statistic in the early days of the internet. I'm talking, 20 years ago. That 65%
Used it for porn.
of all traffic on the web.
It's still
was
pretty much the case.
Pornography. Well, now you have Netflix and you have the streaming video guys are taking probably the largest percentage. I think Netflix is
Yeah,
like
but
20%
come on.
of all internet traffic.
Jim,
Cinemax
Jim.
used to do that.
Jim,
What?
you've got a drone behind you, or Mitch. Someone got a drone there?
Yeah.
Just bring it up. Bring it up. Here we go.
What do you
I
want?
want you to hold it in your hand. We can have drone porn. Oh, baby. This
Drone porn. Yeah. they were. Somebody was talking about that in the chat that if you just you know who it was? It was on Mars.
Yeah.
On on
Marza PD.
Rulin's channel today. They were talking about the fact that how to get views on YouTube. He says if you just stick the word porn into your description, no matter what it is, food porn, drone porn, car porn, the word porn will get you huge numbers of views in it. I have to try that.
Yeah, but you can't keep it up for as long.
Yes, you can. They have little blue pills for that now.
They do, yeah.
Anyway.
I wonder if YouTube would take that down. Would they take that down?
No, they don't. You see all kinds of, that word is got multiple meanings these days, and it's not always, doesn't have to be sexual. You see people talk about food porn, anything you're addicted to, but
now porn is not an addiction. That's just a healthy man growing up, for Christ's sake.
You know what?
Hey, I want to say hello to James Tanner, my PI Dream. He's in the chat.
I mean, if you weren't reading your father's thrown out Playboy books, there was something wrong with you.
Or there was something wrong with your father.
Or you were gay.
If he didn't have any Playboys for you to find. Yeah.
Hello to James as well. I haven't caught up with you for a while. Good to see you. We'd have to get James to come in one day.
Oh, he came in, a few weeks ago. He was part of the panel here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was teaching him how to set up a live stream studio. So basically, he's got to get a lot of stuff to get his live stream going, like a microphone, and I guess he's got like a MacBook that's from 2012.
Yeah, he runs a real computer.
He hasn't gotten it. He hasn't received it yet, has he?
I don't think so.
I know, because I know when he was on your show, he was talking about everything that he still had. He was waiting on.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What do you mean a real computer?
Not that 286 that you've got, Jim.
No, what do you mean? He's got a 486. There we go.
Rico Suave with the MacBook.
Greg's going to be the new Steve Jobs promoter for marketing. You didn't know he'll be here in September up at the Apple campus.
My lovely PC.
We'll put you and Al together, Al Diaz. The two of you can do a tag team there for a new Apple promotion.
Well, here we have the latest
and
greatest.
James said the Samsung mic came in. Oh, cool. Great. Also, did you guys hear when Ken Dono mentioned about Sean putting my drone in the lake?
Yes. Yeah, we heard that.
I was kind of like, I was a little surprised that he mentioned that, but then after I thought about it, I go, nope, I could see Ken saying something like that.
They're not going to either Sean's not going to forget it or nobody's going to let him forget it.
This is number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
I was kidding Ken. I said, well, somebody asked, well, how much has he had to drink? And I said, ask him what time he left the airport from Florida the day before.
I just want to interject a drone question for a minute. Mitch, did you happen to catch my one yesterday with the Mavic 3 discussion? You saw it, Steve?
No, I missed the Mavic 3. I saw your show last night. I saw the live flying and the no limit drones discussion.
Well, the no limit drones discussion is what I call the Mavic 3, the core board.
Oh, you call that the Mavic 3? Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, come on, it's the next generation Mavic. It's not a Mavic 2 Pro.
I guess.
Yeah. What did you think of that?
I
think it's how much is he? I never did find out what the price was. What you had to pay for one of those things.
When it first came out, it was ridiculous. Then he dropped the price and he sold out. And I don't know what the next one is going to be priced
Approximately
at.
to the nearest $100.
I can't remember. I don't want to.
I mean, is it 500? Is it 1,000? Is it 200? You know, it depends how much. And then you got to put it in, so you're gonna have to take the whole drone apart.
Yeah.
So you have to be somebody that can do that, and it's not anything that I personally would want to fool with, because if I'm going to go into those limits, I'll build myself an iNav FPV drone, you know, or something with ArtCo, where I don't have to worry about anybody controlling anything, because it's all, you know.
Well, see, I was wondering about that too. How are they going to handle, let's say, ArtCo and Mission Planner with remote ID? How are they going to attack that?
I don't think they'll be able to, Jim. I think they're going to, you know, they're going to have boots on the ground, and there just aren't that many boots in the FAA to be policing every drone flight in this country without being warned by some electronic means that it's happening. So I think when you build a drone with ArtCo, use Mission Planner or the HereLink system to control it.
I like that HereLink.
Yeah, there's no internet connection. There's no nothing. There's just you talking to the drone talking back to you, and it receives GPS, and you can receive ADS-B as well. This orange cube controller I have has a built-in ADS-B receiver, but it's not transmitting. It's not telling the world where you are or what you're doing. It's just allowing you to be aware of what's going on around you. And I think that until they got an FAA guy in a car on every corner, that's going to be the way to fly without being, you know, worrying about being bothered all the time.
I don't know. They got Drone Shield, something called Drone Shield, which is
but that's a DJI thing. That's a DJI.
No. That's Drone Sense. That's
Drone Sense.
Drone
Okay,
Sense.
I know
Drone
DJI's
Shield
got it.
is its own company.
There are lots of companies now doing monitoring of the different frequencies and identifying where aircraft are as best they can. And, you know, it's if the FAA or CASA or whoever in whichever country you're in have a big enough fine for not complying with remote ID, then it will become a deterrent. And eventually there'll be clip-on, bolt-on separate modules, I think, that people will use with different drones and so on.
They'll start requiring
to me,
it
that's
by
the
law.
answer. That's the answer, Greg, is an add-on module, just like putting a transponder in an airplane.
Yeah.
You got an airplane without a transponder, it's not legal. So you go out and you buy a transponder, you stick it in, and bingo, now you can comply. Well, why does this thing have to be integrated by the manufacturer? Why can't guys like us that put these things together out of pieces and parts
but
just
that's
say,
the point.
"Oh,
You are the manufacturer of the product in question.
Here's my little remote ID board, and I got to wire it to this particular UART and hook it to the 5 volts in ground, and bingo, I'm compliant." You know.
Because what are you going to do? Turn around and make all our drones useless?
Well, that's what the government seems to want to do.
Right, I agree.
What are we looking at here?
That's just the Drone Shield product. What they're touting. Where is it? Protection against drones threatening safety, security, and privacy.
Oh God, we're so bad.
Yeah, we're such a menace to society.
God, are we a menace? Yeah, us and our little tiny hawks flying around trees in the park.
I'm just imagining right now Bruce Simpson trying to strap on an extra module onto his little one that he was flying in the backyard.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But that's what it gets down to. Okay, so every drone bought since 2015. What are we doing now? No, we can't fly it? Come on.
Well,
unless they put a 3-year, like we're going to phase this in. At the end of 3 years, they all have to be gone or whatever. Still, that'll give me plenty of time to build my own that'll beat the shit out of this Matrice. Because if I get mad enough, that's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, we don't have it yet down under, but even if they did, at least you have a look at one positive thing, and that is that you can do ground transmission with their proposal as an alternative, so you don't actually have to have something on the board. The question is, again, what if your drone doesn't have GPS coordinates? Right, there's plenty of FPV people who don't have position data.
Yeah.
Yeah, $15, Greg. $15 is all it costs for a GPS module for any that you can put on any FPV drone that gives the flight controller GPS information. And
true,
$15. Not only $15, but this little tiny module for $15 locks into Galileo, GLONASS, America, every friggin' satellite network in the world. When I fly these little things, I routinely have 20 satellites locked. $15. The pieces and parts are out there. It's whether they're going to let us do the soldering or not, I suppose, without having to be inspected or apply for a drone mechanics license or some equivalent to it. And, you know, FAA, you know, you got to have a lot of ratings to work on an airplane, you know, if you're in FAA ratings. Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised if they would require the same amount of training, you know, for us to work on drones. You know, we'd have to know the intricacies of the fan jet engines and all that other. Just like for the Part 107, you got to know all kinds of crap you have no use for when you're flying drones.
Yeah.
What good is knowing a METAR?
Well, exactly, but I don't know what the psychology behind that was, other than trying to create the illusion that these are real aircraft, so you have to feel like a real pilot. And to be a real pilot, you need to know all of this METAR stuff and how to read what every tiny little blue or magenta mark on a sectional chart is.
Yeah.
How many guys you know go out, fly their Mavic in the park with a sectional chart in their back pocket?
Yeah. You know what's
Never
funny
seen
though? One of the side effects of some of the regulation over here, it was compulsory to do AROC training, which is the radio operator certificate for aviation, and to be able to be ready to use that to communicate with the tower. And then all of a sudden, the towers started hearing these drone operators coming up saying, "Hey, I'm going to be taking off and doing this operation. I've already got the paperwork approval for it," but they didn't want to hear it. So all of a sudden, there's a lot of backpedaling on that as well. I think the same kind of thing was happening in the US as well.
Yeah, you used to call the tower. I used to have to call the tower in D airspace. And finally,
yeah, you were calling it by phone. You were calling it by phone.
Yes, yes.
They actually had us using aviation radios. I've got my.
Oh,
my,
no.
Oh, boy.
Let me get it.
They would never. They don't have enough staff to man that.
I used to call the tower over here at Melbourne Airport,
Yeah,
and I had long talk with the guy one time, and he basically says, you don't need to call us every time you fly. Just stay below 400 feet. We don't care what you do.
No.
And then they came in, and then the government came out and said you can't talk to the towers anymore, and that took that away. Yeah.
When I used to get clearance, I would only get clearance for 150 feet to begin with out of Melbourne. In their D&E airspace.
Oh, here we go.
There you go.
A lot of computer noise in here.
Great static.
Yeah. Oh, there was some talking
Michael.
a moment ago.
Michael Wright points out that, to fly FPV, you're supposed to have a ham license because you're operating a video transmitter in the 5.8 gigahertz band. And these are not FCC approved devices. And these days, you don't even have to know Morse code to get a ham license. You can go online, study a little, take a test, and get one. But most FPV pilots don't go and get don't bother with their ham license.
I'm wondering if that's a way they could use to oppress us.
Ham license?
Bringing that back. I don't know. You got to think, right?
No. They're on the ISM band and other public bands, and there's a class license to use.
Well, see, I see too. My RTK base is on a 900.
But those things are all FCC approved devices. They all have the FCC. You see these little VTXs that
They've
we
got
use
class
are not
licenses.
FCC. Yeah. Now
the FCC just sold the band space for 5G.
Probably. You know the DJI FPV system. If you're using that new digital DJI system, that they do have FCC approval for that. So just like if you fly a DJI drone, you don't need a ham license. If you fly FPV with the DJI digital system, then you don't need a ham license because it's FCC approved gear. Just a little trivia for you.
Well, that was like just. I'm trying to remember where it was. I think it was Canada. They got the approval to fly that drone. I forget how far it was. It was like 20 some miles using 5G network, and it had two different connections, SIM-cell connections, so it could switch from one provider to another because where they were flying was going from one, and the other provider didn't have the signal. And they were able to fly it autonomously for something like 40 some miles.
Oh, you know that the Dustin Dunhill guy in Hawaii.
Oh yeah, Hawaii.
Yeah, he put 4G receiver in a Parrot disco wing, and flew from one island to the next island.
I remember. I saw that.
Yeah, Lanai. He flew to Lanai from where he is, using the 4G system. Both for his video feed coming back and for his control feed to actually fly the airplane.
Yeah, but this was 100% autonomous, just going off the signal of telling it what to do off the 5G networks.
Well, that's got to be coming. I would imagine that. Well, listen, how does the government fly a drone in the Middle East with the guy sitting in a bunker in California? They bounce the signal off satellites. Yeah. So the 5G system, theoretically, or anything that connects to the internet, for example, could be used as a control link. This guy, look, didn't they do it? What was that deal Ken Hearn was involved in? Where you flew the drone in a country? Fly there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Look at the technology exists. I don't know if I want to be around when some kid in New York who got a drone for Christmas is flying it around my backyard here in Florida from New York.
That's the problem. The FAA has to regulate to the lowest idiot.
Yeah, unfortunately,
it's
all
like
laws
teaching.
are like that.
Yeah,
all laws are like that.
You have to create the law for the one who's going to break it, and so everybody else pays.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always been like that, and then we fight
like
and
that.
Get it changed.
Mm-hmm.
You wonder sometimes if the fighting actually does any good. Most of the time, it's just frustrating. These regulators, they have their mind made up going into what they want to do. They're obligated by law to take comments and all that, but generally the outcome's predetermined.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to get off subject, but in 2014, Florida decided who was gonna and who was not gonna sell pot or grow pot. In 2014, they had decided who was gonna do it. Before you ever even knew about it.
Yeah, and the guy who spearheaded the whole campaign to legalize it just happened to be the guy that bought up all the farmland where they're now growing the pot. Who happens to be one of the sleaziest attorneys, one of the largest slip and fall law firms in the world.
Coincidence?
Coincidence? Yeah. You think?
It's all a conspiracy.
All the greenhouses in the Central Valley of California were all bought up by them, and the reason why? Unregulated water supply, because the greenhouses had a what do you call it? An inclusion in the grant deed where they would not be restricted by a water supply, where a lot of other growers, when you go to buy a new piece of property, they're going to lock you down on water that you're allowed to have for the property.
Oh,
It had a grandfathered water clause in there. They were all bought up by the pot growers.
Well, that's very comforting to know, Steve, that when we run out of food and fruit and vegetables, we'll still be able to get pot. I mean,
you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah,
we won't.
The growers are just going to be all high out there, so the picking will be a little slower.
You lose thousands of acres in Florida every day to home building. Thousands of acres of both crops and cattle. And we're all leaving it for the next generation to give a shit.
Yep. Here in Colorado, when they made recreational pot legal, that started our people started moving here. All the young kids from back east started moving here, and that's what spurred our economy here in Colorado. And that's what when the rent started to go way up, because all these kids coming here. Oh wow, we could buy some dope and
sending out smoke signals for the economy.
Go ski, snowboarding, dude.
Yeah, they all brought their politics with them too, and look what happened to your state.
Yep.
You didn't see the first year that happened over there, Art. Remember when 420 hit? They had the buses going over there by the bus loads going over there with all the people going over there.
Yep.
Over where? To Denver?
Yeah, into Colorado.
Yep.
Because they allowed it before California did.
Well, here all you need is a medical card.
No, but I'm just saying
started
you or I can just go buy it anywhere. There's no medical card.
It won't be
needed.
long. It won't be long, Jim, because where it'll just be recreational. There'll be no restrictions anymore because the same aforementioned attorney that got it that far is now spending millions of dollars to get a more liberal version of the bill on the ballot to completely legalize it.
Well, listen, nothing's illegal, and everything's got to be politically correct now. And what is that? We don't need a card, Jim. Just be over 21. Where is that? You don't even need a card. You just go in.
Yeah, you just have to be over 21 to buy your dope, dude.
Same here.
Gnarly.
And 20 years ago, you were putting people in jail for 20 years for having pot. So clean the jails out because you're killing me with the tax burden.
Jason Chappis is going to have to redo his Remote Pilot 101 quiz when the FAA finally catches up and said when they said 8 hours from stick to drink, it's going to be 8 hours from joint to stick.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it might be more than 8 hours in the case of pot, though.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's a different kind of flying, man.
Flying
That's
high.
right, man.
8 hours from dope to stick, man.
Let's get high in the plane.
Right?
Was that George Carlin did that routine about, or is it Bill Cosby? Somebody did a routine about getting
George
high
Carlin.
getting high in the plane.
I remember those Cheech and Chong movies where they're driving down the California highway, and the smoke's coming out of the thing.
Oh, they had the joint about this big around.
Cheech and Chong.
Oh, that was classic. Yeah, they ended
good.
up putting him in jail, man. He just got out of jail here a few years ago, didn't he?
Yeah, for selling his paraphernalia.
Selling paraphernalia or
Yeah.
something. Yeah. Oh, it's not right. It's just not
No.
right.
I saw Tommy Chong up in Vail, and I was just not impressed with him at all.
Why?
We're in the big ballroom, and he was supposed to be kind of the headline
Top bill? Yeah,
while
yeah.
they're tallying up the votes for the contest. Well, he went way over his time, and half the room left.
Oh,
Maybe
because he wasn't funny? So they
Yeah,
left.
that's true. That too.
Yeah.
It was, well, I mean, that's his shtick. It's all dope, and it's like, all right, after 15 minutes, and oh yeah, that's funny.
So he cleared the room, and by the time you got up, is what you're saying, right?
No, I just wanted to see who the winner was. I was in the contest, but I didn't make it to the finals. But we had some really good comments. We had Mitch Hedberg.
I loved Mitch. I loved Mitch.
And John Heffron. You know, he was one of the winners of Last Comet Standing. A few years later, he was one of the guys. Chris Titus was one of the finalists.
Who's the guy? Wright?
Stephen Wright.
Stephen Wright.
The one that talks in a really monotone
Yes.
voice.
Yes.
He was great.
He killed me. He killed me.
He was so funny.
Oh, he's funny.
He and Mitch Hedberg. I mean,
Yeah.
with his glasses, you just cannot do that. You know, the guy was funny as shit. But heroin, you know, you got to.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're worried
Gents,
about pot.
I'm gonna disappear. I had a late night and I need some coffee.
Oh.
Well, good to see you, Greg. As
Well,
usual.
good to see you, Greg. Thanks for popping
Yeah,
in.
I'm not my normal conversational self. I just need more coffee.
And you should have some.
Had it brewing before you came on here, and have your little pot right there in the room. All right, take care, man.
You're telling me to have my pot there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take
See
care,
you
Greg.
guys.
Good to see you.
All right.
I heard it.
All right.
Heffron is funny. Who's that?
Oh, John Heffron. He was one of the comments that was. Doug Benson was in this competition as well.
I don't
You
know who that
remember
is.
him? He did a bit he was in Friends. He did an episode of Friends.
Never watched
That was back in the day when he still wore glasses and he looked nerdy. And then he changed his whole act. Now he's
Is he the guy that was on the Office? In the Office?
I don't.
Oh, that's Carell, who I never liked anyway.
Yeah,
No,
Steve
not the guy that
Carell.
started it, but one of the other characters. I don't know. I didn't pay much attention to those TV shows.
But that was a fun contest because what they did is each night you performed at a different venue around the state. So that was kind of cool. We
How
did
long's it
one
been
at
since
the
you
Air
did-
Force Academy, and then we did Greeley and Fort Collins and Denver, and yeah.
When's the last time you did a stand-up on stage, Art?
11 years ago.
11 years. You ever think about trying to do it again?
I do, and then I see idiots like who was that? Jim Gaffigan. And I go, oh, an idiot.
It's boring now.
Yeah,
I see the specials.
Well,
So you don't
because
like
then
Jim
you got
Gaffigan,
worried
huh?
about, I might get canceled if I say the wrong thing. You know,
You don't like Jim Gaffigan, huh?
You know,
I feel
He's
this.
a
That's funny
flaming
because
lid.
I feel the same way about him, and everybody else tells me how funny he is, and I don't get it.
yeah.
He did a routine about bacon once, which was pretty funny.
Mhm.
I don't even know that. Yeah, I haven't given
No, but
them
I
that
don't-
much time.
I don't get it.
Well,
I try and give those specials a chance because there's a bunch of them on HBO. Has some. I like
Right.
Dennis Miller. He's
Oh
intellectual.
yeah,
Well, exactly.
If you're not smart, you're not. Well, all right, not. If you don't
Yeah,
know,
he
if you don't know the vernacular, you're not going to understand Dennis Miller. But
Well, Dennis
he's
Miller.
funny as hell.
He's
He's
brilliant,
on
though. He's
precipice
brilliant, the guy.
Yeah,
comedy.
And
He
what
did-
was the
he
name?
was-
What was the name of the guy?
Billy
I don't know
Crystal
who.
was the other one, was the same way in a way.
There was
No,
what was the name?
Dennis Miller will say "jeté to the precipice," and most people don't know what the fuck he just said.
Yeah.
You know, they don't know the words.
Mhm.
What's the name of the guy that did the football player?
Oh yeah.
What was his name?
My head,
Art?
I don't need my helmet movement.
Yeah,
Oh.
Was it
the mind
Rob?
is a terrible thing,
To
and it
waste.
must be stopped in our lifetime. What was his name? He was so good, that guy, and I
That
can't remember
wasn't
his name.
Super Dave, was it?
No.
I never
It was-
I never cared for him that much.
Is it Art Rob something?
What's his name? It'll come to me. But he was so funny, and that routine with the football player was
That
the
was the
funniest thing
best.
I'd ever seen.
Used to come out with the red shirt with the balloons
And the
under
helmet
it.
on almost
Yep.
sideways.
And the helmet, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I remember that now that you mention that. Yep.
I don't play football because I used to play football today. You know, that kind of thing. Like it screwed him up.
He was, yeah. It was a tremendous and guys like that, comedians like that, brilliant comedians like Carl and those kind of guys, have spoiled me. So when I listen to these to some of these inane comics today, first of all, they're 2 generations away from me. The crap that they're interested in, I don't even know about.
Yeah.
It may be funny to them. I don't get it.
Mhm.
And I guess that's just a part of getting old, generational thing. But the real genius comics, I don't
George
see them. I
Carlin,
don't see
like-
too many of them anymore.
Robin Williams, George Carlin.
Robin Williams,
I mean,
God,
those guys were just like that. They were
Yeah,
just like,
even
bam, bam,
Jonathan.
bam, bam.
Even Jonathan Winters, even the old guys like Milton Berle and Jack Benny and Alan King and that whole crew, Shecky Green and
Yeah, but you could give Jonathan Winters any
Joey
situation, and he would just go.
Yeah.
He could improv on a dime. That man was unbelievable.
he was like Robin Williams' father. I mean,
Yeah.
Robin Williams got his whole style from Jonathan
Yep.
Winters.
Yeah.
They did a couple of Johnny Carsons together.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right. Yep.
But Buddy Hackett, he says, foreign
Buddy
can.
Hackett.
Buddy Hackett was one of my favorite favorite comedians, and I remember Victor
Don
Borga.
Rickles.
Don
Rickles
I
loved
remember
to play on the Jew angle. Yeah, he loved that.
Yeah.
Don Rickles. He talk about politically incorrect.
Yeah.
I mean, he made a fortune out of just insulting virtually everybody.
Yeah, you didn't want to sit in the front row in any
No,
of his
you didn't want
shows.
to. He'd go. Hello, sir. Is that your wife? Ugh.
Couldn't do any better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go, ugh.
I saw him twice in Vegas, and oh my God, you come out of there the next morning, your gut is just sore from laughing so hard.
Oh yeah, and George Burns. Look at him naming him off. Victor Borga.
Yep.
I remember
Victor Borga.
I remember watching Victor Borga on television when I was a kid in black and white. He played a piano and he'd do to run up the piano and slide right off the end of the piano bench. Remember?
Yeah. Yep.
He was a
I remember.
tremendous pianist too. He was an amazing
Fred
pianist.
Skelton.
You watch
Red
Red
Skelton
Skelton's his
was
tribute
great.
to America is what
Yeah.
you need to watch. If you watch nothing of his, watch that tribute to America.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sid
Or he
Caesar,
does the
remember-
Pledge of Allegiance.
Mhm.
Remember Sid
Oh, yeah.
Caesar?
Yep.
Chris Hope says Benny Hill.
Benny Hill.
Oh, yeah.
Benny Hill. yeah.
You had to like him or not. It's like
Yeah.
Monty Python. You either like Monty Python or you
you
don't.
have to like British. You had to like British humor.
British humor.
Yeah.
But I liked Benny Hill, and of course he immortalized the song Yakety Sax.
Don't know it.
You don't know it? Da, 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 da,
Yeah.
da, da, da.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, that's Yakety Sax. That was Benny Hill's theme song.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Boots Randolph. Boots Randolph. If you don't know the song, just ask your Amazon Echo to play Yakety Sax.
Robert,
Foster Brooks.
it got answered. It got answered there for you, Robert. I was just going to say it. John beat everybody to the punch.
What,
Who?
Foster Brooks?
Foster Brooks. He says, "Who was the guy that was always acting drunk all the time?"
Oh, he was tremendous
he
too.
was
He was
hilarious.
Oh, he was
Uh-huh.
so good. And
Oh,
those
and,
roasts, if you just sit down and go to YouTube and just watch all the old roasts, there's hundreds of them. The Dean Martin and Nipsey Russell and
Nipsey
the
Russell.
whole, the whole crew of those guys. That was so funny because it was so politically incorrect.
Yeah.
And
if you were to
nobody got offended, and everybody had a sense
Mhm.
of humor, and
Yep.
that's what we've lost as a country, and that's very sad.
even if you look at Saturday Night Live and you just go back to the times of we were on and the comedians that were on there, there's no way in hell you could have them on today.
Somebody'd be offended.
Shut
Somebody would be
they'd shut them
offended,
down
and
in a blink of an
Yep.
eye.
cancel culture. We've lost something
All
very
in.
very important with all this nonsense.
And
I
who
wonder
could
if we'll ever
forget
get it back.
Flip Wilson, the father of cosplay.
Reverend Leroy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Church of What's Happening Now. Remember that?
Yep. That was a big thing in the 70s. The Church of What's Happening Now.
Reverend Leroy.
And
Everybody wants to know
when
the
you're
monkey.
hot,
The
you're
monkey.
hot. And you're not, you're not.
Everybody asks me. The monkey is a howler. Howler monkey is the breed.
Howler.
All right, I'm getting called.
What?
I had to. Oops, you get something. I had to move the monkey up because you had the name tags up there, Art.
Ah.
Now
Yeah,
that you got the name
you're right,
tags, I got the
Robert.
monkey. The monkey's
SNL
hanging in
is
the air.
Garbage. Oh, John Candy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Ashley did Spaceball on her Millennial Monday.
Spaceballs? Oh no.
Yeah, and John Candy played Barf. And
Yeah, the
I
dog
liked
with
Barf
the motor.
when they asked him what his, his long name was. Bartholomew.
Yeah, he played Uncle Buck. Yeah. Oh, he was Steve Mack in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah.
That was,
Uncle
I
Buck,
think,
yep.
one of the most entertaining movies I
Was
ever
Steve
saw.
was Steve Martin.
Steve Martin. That movie was so good and so
Yeah.
funny.
Bill Murray, Chevy Chase. That was another good one too.
The scene in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles where Steve Martin treks back into the rental car counter.
My son can almost verbally recite every single line
It's
of
like
that whole movie.
Oh God, that was so funny, and they had such a problem with the censors because they didn't want an R rating, they wanted a PG rating on that movie, and I think they finally decided that keeping that stuff in there was worth the taking the hit on the R rating.
Yeah.
Because of that language. But that stream of obscenity that came out of Steve Martin's mouth was classic.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Chris Farley too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Robert, the man in the van.
Oh, Tomas, Trains, Planes, and Automobiles.
Yep.
You have to see that. That was.
Oh, you'll laugh your butt off.
Oh, God.
It was well done.
Are you ready, Jim? Are you?
That was, yeah.
Testing 1 2 check. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Well, I worked with let's see who did I? Roseanne, Rondell Sheridan, Louis Anderson. I worked with.
He was good.
Yeah,
He was good. Yeah, he was.
Oh,
good.
he was great in Coming to America, where he was the fry clerk.
Oh, okay.
And then there was, what? I saw a clip of him where he played a cop. And it was so different than what he's usually playing. And I'm like, what the heck?
I remember more of his stand-up than anything.
Yeah.
With him. He wasn't really big in the movies with Chris Farley. Yeah, I see that.
No. Yeah.
That was a loss. That was a talented man.
Yeah. Yep.
So many of those, John Belushi, so many of those Saturday night.
That
Mitch
group
of people
too.
Yeah, Mitch lost at the heroin. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Got to meet him. Funny guy. Yep.
Where does it come from, Art? Does it come from hurt? Does it come from being beat up as a kid? Does it come from being fat? Look at him, John Candy.
You know, I think it's kind of a psychological thing. You know, me being disabled, I use humor to kind of break the ice with people, and some, like, I've got a friend. He's got a Facebook page where it's about comedy. His name is Dobie Maxwell. If you look him up, this guy had a shitty childhood, raised by his grandparents. His parents were just flipping losers, and he didn't. His family got split up. He never really got to know his siblings. He just recently got back with one who had a stroke, who's now disabled in a home, and the way, oh God, his father was just a piece of crap, and it's like, what? And some people, it's a mechanism to help them cope with the pain.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of it. And then there are some people that are just like Dennis Miller, that are just wordsmith. They're witty people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they come from a whole spectrum.
Mm-hmm. You know, the other one that we totally forgot in talking about that, and unfortunately too, was John Belushi.
Right.
Oh, that was
John
another
Belushi,
one that was a great comic, a great comedian, and Dan Aykroyd was. Unfortunately, he kind of, floundered out later on.
Well, they did go on to do Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
Chris,
and they made
on,
millions off of it.
I put the link in. You could jump on in, Chris.
Who is that?
Chris
Titus. Who is Chris Titus?
Oh, he did. Let's see. What was he had a couple failed sitcoms. Blonde-haired guy, pretty funny. Kind of looks like Dennis Leary.
Yeah.
Dennis Leary is another funny guy.
Another guy, though, you either liked him or didn't like him.
Yeah, he was rough.
I was
he was kind of an angry comic, but not like Lewis Black, who's just.
I
really
like Lewis
angry.
Black. I like Lewis Black, though. I think he with his
his
finger. Yeah. Sam Kinison. John F. says Sam Kinison was always one of my favorite comedians. And the reason I liked him was because everything that came out of his mouth was true when it came to women. And he was saying all the things that every man on the planet wanted to say right into a woman's face but didn't have the guts to say.
Yeah.
And he would stand up on stage. They would crucify him if he was still alive today.
Oh, yeah.
These women for the routines that he did.
Excuse me, don't mean to interrupt you, Mitch. Art, did you drop Chris a link in Facebook or what?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
You know what? I'll check again.
John on SNL.
Lewis Black, yeah.
Yeah, I got a chance to actually meet Dan Aykroyd, a girl I was dating. This is going decades back. I was up overlooking the Hollywood Hills. We're up there, and I go walking into her house, and we had met before, but I went to her house for the first time. And in there, and sitting on the counter, is this bottle of Dan Aykroyd winery, which I didn't know he had one. And I said, "Where did you get that?" He goes, from Dan. I says, "You know Dan Aykroyd?" He goes, "Yeah, he'll be here in about 10 minutes for the party."
Oh, no kidding. Wow.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, he is a funny guy. You meet him, away from all this stuff and just a person talking, a real nice gentleman.
I'll tell you, you talk about California. There's some people I could never get along with.
Well, you're getting along with me.
Yeah,
it's surprising.
There's some hope. I hope.
You go to like Riverside and places like that. The people are so stuck up. I got fixed up with a broad from Riverside, California.
Riverside is one of the. I hate to tell you this. One of the. Well,
in the 80s,
how do you use this politically correct?
She thought she was the hottest thing going.
It's not the greatest thing in the world over there. They're in San Bernardino.
Well, they think highly of themselves, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, it's if you were to go there now, it's completely turned around. They took that whole downtown area and made it kind of like a walking area in between the streets. The main streets will go through, but then what they did is they took the cross streets across on about 4 blocks within the city and make them all a walkable avenue, but the traffic flow can still get through. And they've really turned the whole downtown Riverside area around, especially if anybody's heard of it, the Mission Inn. It completely it's a hotel, and it Christmas, if you ever get the chance to see it on YouTube, go take a look. The Mission Inn, it's owned by a family, and they transformed the whole all of downtown, but the Mission Inn has always done it. Now the whole downtown area transformed for the Christmas holiday season.
I'm talking about the 80s when I was there and met some women, got fixed up with some women, and they just thought they were the hottest things.
Of course they did.
That turns a New Yorker off in about 30 seconds. Goodbye, sweetheart.
Bye-bye.
You got to go.
Art, I'm going to take the rest of the day off, my friend.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in. I'm sure Chris will fill your shoes.
Chris will fill my shoes.
Wait a second. You're on the clock for another 5 minutes. Mitch,
there you go.
Listen, I'm well over 2 hours into this thing now. I have an evening cigar. I don't want to stay up all night with that thing.
Okay.
I want to go out. I'm going to go out on my back porch.
Mitch, it's miserable out. It's miserable out.
I got some fans out there. I'm gonna go out on my back. My back porch is got all of these solid pull downs. I can completely close it off from the weather. You know, it's vinyl. It's got screens and then vinyl things too. So
keep all the mosquitoes out.
Yeah, it keeps everything out, and got a couple ceiling fans and all that other stuff. And I'll go out there and I will watch the rest of your show, and I'll see you all tomorrow night.
All right. See
Take
you
care,
tomorrow.
Mitch.
Thanks for the invite, Art.
Take care.
Jim, good to see you. Stay safe.
Later.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I thought Christmas was illegal in California.
No, we celebrate it here, Tom, at least in most of it.
I worked on the set of Adam Sandler's Billy Madison movie, the part where he was cooking a pie and set the show on fire.
Oh my gosh.
Stove on fire.
Stove,
show.
sorry. Small type and eyeglasses.
I'll be right back. I'm going to grab some water.
All right. We're just waiting for Chris.
Mitch goes out on the porch every night. It's his ritual on the back and smokes his cigar and watches YouTube, but he uses either his phone or the iPad. And if you use the iPad, you can't type people's names in.
Right.
It really is a pain in the ass. I've been there.
Well, I've done it on my cell phone. Like if I'm having breakfast while there's a live stream going on, and I can't do the ampersand sign and put the person's thing in like you can on the PC. So I have to just like say, "Hi, Bob. Hi, Chris. Hi, Thomas, and Tim." And
it's getting to the point where after all this time, we kind of know that someone's either on their phone or on an Apple device.
Right. Mm-hmm. Rojo Droner, welcome to the show.
Michael Wright says, I use the iPad all the time typing. What I'm talking about is when you use the ampersand and you put the first letter in, it'll type their whole name out. First two letters? It'll type out the name for you, and then you just hit it.
Yeah, automatically, yep.
I've never watched YouTube on my phone. I refuse to. Yeah, it is annoying. But the times that I've done it was when I was doing a live stream, when we were doing those Saturday morning live streams with Rodney Bell. And then I got to the point where I had to use, with the hats sitting on these tripods, that I used to put one of these little Samsung tablets on there just to read the chat. So I'd be flying with the iPad and watching the chat on the, my God, it just rained here and the humidity is 8,000%. And I got 2 fans blowing that you guys can't see. You can hear them. Is that me? Let me mute myself. No.
Don't hear.
I thought I heard him. When you turned, Art, all of a sudden I got a hiss. So I thought it was my fans.
Was it me when I came back in?
Maybe it was you. I don't know. It came and went. It came and went.
I'm gonna mute the mic. I'm not muting the stream. I'm muting my mic. See if that's it. Okay?
Oh, we don't have it now. I don't hear it now.
No.
Oh.
No.
Hey, Tim Jackson.
Hello, Tim.
Tim Jackson, welcome to the live stream.
Well, Tomas, this one's for you, sir.
Ooh.
Hey, Robert. Rojo Drama. And who else?
Mars, FPV Drones, welcome.
Mars, how are you?
Yeah.
It's gotten so this thing.
Oh, we had Shani, who's from Taiwan, in the chat earlier today.
Right, I saw her come in.
I wonder if she ever got her channel back. I know she
As far as I
started a
know,
couple
no.
new channels. Yeah.
Tell me that story again. You said she lost it because of what?
Oh, somebody reported her. There was nudity or something.
Really?
Yeah.
She got reported for it?
Yeah.
And there wasn't.
So I don't get it.
Yeah. Somebody who's jealous that she's got all these subs and is popular. Oh, Guinness. Okay, cool.
And that it is. And that's why you see all the green faces on Thomas's post there.
Oh, hey, let's welcome to the show. We've got Chris Ho.
Chris, I've been hearing about you all day, buddy.
Well, like I said earlier, I hope it was good.
It was good. It was Jimbo style. So
it can be bad as well. I don't care. I'm good.
No, it was all good, my friend. All good.
Oh me.
How are you,
Yeah,
sir?
we're all over the place.
Kelly had a
We
good
were
show. I
over
thought he'd won the Robomaster again when Ken Dono put that ticket up.
there.
I thought they maybe stuffed it and hand pulled it out.
You did see who won it though. Ken put in the chat. It was our buddy John that passed away.
Yeah.
John Spizzo, yeah.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a damn shame.
Kind of a bad deal. Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tim Jackson, Mars. Hey, Mars. How you doing, bro? Rojo?
We got a lot of people jumping in now.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
28 people. You've been holding strong tonight.
29 right now.
You're going to reach that 4,000
been
mark.
up to 34. Yeah.
You're going to reach that 34,000 mark pretty soon.
Yep.
I felt like Steve. You remember when we was at the first spin up and the people was winning all around us? Well, Michael Wright won today, won the big prize. I felt honored. I got to hang with him about a month or so ago, and he won the Mavic 2 Pro today. I thought that's pretty sweet.
He I don't know if he's still in here or not. He was in here.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, there he is, right there.
And I got yeah. He says Tim top prize Mavic 2 Pro. Yeah.
Yes.
I got texted when he won, and and the person said to me, "Is that our Michael Wright?"
No, it's his own Michael Wright.
Yeah, we thought it was the wrong
groups.
right. It was the right.
You got guys proud of you, Mike.
Yes. Tickled to
We
death.
were happy. We were happy as can be when I saw your name come up.
Tickled me.
You got to figure there's a hell of a lot of people in that little bowl, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think over 200 people bought tickets. And then we had I think you got as high as 385 was the highest it got.
Watching, you mean?
Yeah, watchers, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, did get that high?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had over 300 people all day. You know, I didn't get to miss. I missed the first couple 2 hours. I got in after lunch and he was going strong.
Yep.
I hope we can do it together next year like we did last year.
Yeah.
and then he can
Yeah.
still stream it like he did this year.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I will. I hope it's more towards either art or in the middle there, so we can make it toward everybody can just fly in easily.
Well, Texas is in the middle.
Right, like
Well, see, I have to fly into. It was going to be $700 to go. I had to. Yes, I don't know why, because it's probably $50 now. Chris, do you remember when I was texting you at the time?
Yeah,
I was telling.
What you need to do next year is get a flight in DFW and let me run up there and pick you up, and we'll ride.
there you go.
All right, but yeah, man.
Or get you a flight into Pounds Field in Tyler. That's over here close to me.
Right.
Yeah, it really was 700 from Florida.
You know how much mine was?
What? 100, right?
Round trip. Well, I paid for the extras because I had to pay because my mom was ill during that time. Paid for cancellation. I paid for on Frontier, but checked baggage. It was $69 going and $69 coming back.
That's how Spirit Airlines used to be.
Wow.
Frontier, but even with all my extras and getting the extra room leg seat and everything, it was $238 round trip with all the extras.
Nope, it was 700 from Orlando. I had to go through Denver with a layover, of course, and then go down to Texas. What a job that was. Ken Dobo said he got it for 108. Yeah, I saw that, Tomas. And he's in Tampa. He's on exactly the other side of the state from me.
Right.
10-day trip for Mike. I knew you said he's going, Mike, but I couldn't remember. $175. Wow. Cheap enough, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible. But something else must have been going on. Why would it be so damn expensive for me?
Well, for one, Jim Boyd tried to get it, and they seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as that popped up, boom, cash cow, come on.
Look at the Vegas fiasco, right?
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. And so they're going, oh, the guy that pissed us off going to Vegas.
That $50 friggin' room.
Yeah.
I think it's $75 right now. I paid I don't know. It was $750, $770 for 4 or 5 days. Ridiculous.
It was unavoidable.
Well, during the old days when there used to be what they called Comdex, that was the big computer convention there.
Yeah.
You go there. My parents they've had a timeshare there for decades. And when you started telling me I was going to try to see if I could get a room, but it was too late before you confirmed it, because I was going to surprise you and let you know, don't book. Here you go.
Actually, I was looking online at the time with Steve to see where the hotel was in relationship to. I was on Paradise Boulevard. No, Paradise Boulevard was the main strip. I was on the strip over because that's where the CES was at the end of the block.
Mm-hmm.
Now I didn't want to get lost. It's just straight at the end of the street. Even though it was 2 miles, you still had to take an Uber.
Oh yeah.
Southwest Airlines, 2 bags fly free. That would be Nancy Pelosi and Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, but I'd jump off.
Hey, Joe Blaylock.
Hey, Tater is here.
Mark
howdy, Tater.
Hey, Mark.
What's up, Mark?
Blaylock. Hello, Mr. Joe.
Hey, who was that guy that was Sweet Tater? There was another
Rogers.
Tater.
There was a tater salad there today.
Tater salad. Yeah.
Tater Rogers.
I was wondering.
I thought they was going to make sweet potatoes.
You know what? I bet you that was Dan. Dan's trolling.
No, it wasn't. He got home from the hospital today.
I don't think Dan's trolling much right now. He don't look too good.
No, he's in bad shape.
Wow.
He's in really bad shape.
He's a miserable human being.
Hello, JDS Flying Canuck. We got
pain-wise.
Canada.
Big Bad John, as Dennis would say.
That was a great song.
It is a good song.
Yeah. Jimmy Dean.
Jimmy Dean sausage. Who was asking? Somebody's asking the other day, maybe last night, if Jimmy Dean was still alive.
Oh,
That was
really?
Been gone
we
a while
were
ago.
talking about it
We were
on
talking about
Matt's
Jimmy
show.
Dean.
Yeah.
James. Oh, we got mixed up. Somebody got
The
mixed
actor.
up with James Dean.
Yeah, the actor.
Yeah.
I call them all Jimmy Dean. James is Jimmy to me. I'm James.
Yeah.
Yep.
My family calls me Jimmy.
James Dean died when he wrecked his Porsche
on Route 46. We looked it up last night.
Oh, we had the Google community involved last night in Matt's stream.
Yeah. We were talking about Route 66, and we got into that whole James Dean conversation. See, I was going to say Jimmy Dean again.
Tim, that's Dan from Drone Worship. Is the guy, this young man that's got some health issues right now.
Yeah.
It don't sound. It don't.
No.
I think he can get over it. It's just going to take him a while.
Yeah.
Well, it's the problem with his liver. So,
Yep.
And it's not anything that you can do to, like kidneys or, go in for dialysis or something like that. You can't do anything like that.
Yeah. Well, they could do a partial transplant.
No, it's not a liver transplant. It's PVT, portal vein thrombosis. He has a clot in the portal vein.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But his liver was shutting down on the test results.
I see.
And that is why he had the esophageal varices bleed.
Yep.
From the portal vein hypertension. You see, It is art. When art bends over, you hear it?
Yeah. I hear a hiss.
Yeah.
Is that me?
No,
it's art. I don't know what happens.
Are you passing gas, Art, every time you bend over? Is that what it is?
No.
Look at him, all embarrassed. You must have hit the nail on the head.
It's okay. Just say.
That's not funny, Jim.
Art, just say, I need to relieve myself and let it rip.
Aha, Tater.
Because it's tricky, Bob, and he was transferred from one hospital to another hospital because that's the only doctor that would actually do the operation. And then they didn't get it all out anyway, son. But that's a story for him to tell. It's not up to me. I need to shut up.
What did you have removed? Oh, the spleen. Your daughter did.
Yeah,
Chris?
she had it took out. A spleen is about the size. It's about this size. And I wish I had the picture. When they took hers out, the doctor held it with two hands like this.
Wow.
Woo.
It was that enlarged.
Holy cow.
No rhyme or reason as to why it did that. But they gutted her like a fish.
Friendly.
And took it out and sewed her up. She's fine.
It's really there just to save extra blood for bleed out, for hypovolemic situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Body protecting itself.
Yep.
It took her about 6 months to kind of get readjusted. Then she had to have her gallbladder taken out about 2 years after that. So she had to get it readjusted again. And her appendix, went ahead and she said, just go ahead and get it while you can.
I had my gallbladder taken out.
I do, John. Can you hear the dryer? Let me go cut that off.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, see, that was the dryer. Stop blaming me.
No, the dryer, you hear the belt clanking in it.
That's
the wheels in your head from this gerbils running around.
The button from his jeans.
That's good ears, man. I was drying some blue jeans.
You're right, Steve. Steve said it. I said that's a button from a belt, and he goes, "No, that's the blue jeans."
That's five of those 4036 model blue jeans I own.
You know what, Chris? The worst thing I did was buy those relaxed fit jeans. The stupid things are like rubber bands, and you put your wallet in, and your pants fall down.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're walking along, and it's like you start to look something like those young idiots that have their pants down, almost to their knees. and you're constantly going, you feel like Chris Farley going, I live in the van down by the river.
Do y'all hear my bird in the background? We got some bird about 3
Yeah,
weeks ago.
we hear it.
Let me go get him.
Oh, it's all right. It's just a bird.
Oh, but this is good. He's going to stand on his shoulder and then
bring him out. I thought you were going to shut him up. No, bring him out.
No, we're going to bring him in.
No,
We
I thought he was
talked
going
about
to
this
do
on the
like
phone the other day.
I thought he was going to do like Ozzy Osbourne.
That's a bat.
No, he actually did that to a dove once. And that's where the whole thing started. Yeah, he was at an interview. And this is when he first met Sharon Osbourne.
Right.
Or Sharon is, and he was just kind of getting bored, and they had this a bunch of doves flying around. He grabbed one, and he thought he was being cute. And he smiled like a cat who just swallowed a canary. Oh, cool.
This is Marshmallow.
Marshmallow.
Yep.
Chirp, 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 chirp. Can Marshmallow
you know
talk?
what? You just blew the doors off Mitch and the monkey. You got Marshmallow now. You are going to blow the doors off the internet now.
Oh, man. Yeah.
They're a bitch to get back when they get outside. You clip his wings, I hope.
Yeah, they're clipped.
Okay.
Yeah, my wife. This is my wife's bird, and he'll probably take a dump on my shoulder in a minute.
We had 2 of them. Yeah, they were the orange ones though.
They're pretty cool. This is Snow White. That's why she named him Marshmallow. Or her. She's a her.
Cockatiels. Yeah, Brent. Hey, Brent. I saw you come in, but I didn't type hello. Sorry, Brent.
There's a YouTuber by the name of Mikey Bustos who has a gray African parrot named Lagaya. And
I used to want one of those.
Oh, once they start learning how to mimic, boy, that's when they. Luckily, they don't swear around this bird. But you learn how to meow like a cat, and they have no idea where he heard a cat meow. They think it's because this guy takes this bird for a walk in the morning. You'll have it in a harness, and you'll have it on his shoulder, and then you'll take it to a tree, and the bird will go up there and kind of, biting on the bark and stuff. And they think that's how the bird learned how to meow like a cat, because out of the blue, their maid heard this meowing sound and found out it was the bird that was meowing. And now they got a puppy, and now it's learning how to bark like a puppy. Yep.
That's all you need. More barking.
Yeah, we got 4 turd munchers, and I told my wife the other day, I said, I'm pretty sure that bird is going to be a barking dog before it's all over with.
By the way, Mikey's the one that has the Ants Canada channel that Ken put on for Ashley's Real Gross Videos.
It likes to climb.
That's the new finger stepper.
Yeah. Stair stepper.
We had 2 of those, and all the bird loved to do to me was bite my damn finger. And man, they can draw some blood.
Oh yeah.
I think one was a lorry.
There goes your earbud.
Lorikeet.
Lorikeet?
Yep.
That's true.
They're the green and red.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what.
Yeah. Oh, Australia, they're everywhere.
They've got them down here at the zoo in San Diego. Huge, in a bird aviary that they have in there.
Yes.
One whole section. It's like you walk in because they got the little cups of nectar that you can buy. Oh my God, it's just like, whew, you just inundated on there.
I remember when we took my granddaughter to the zoo when she was young, and the birds, she held the cup like that, Steve. They were all over her, man, landing on her head and her shoulders and everything. Kids freak out when that happens. They laugh, but they freak out.
And then so do the birds when you hear these little girls go.
You see, Brent had one that was mean. Mine I wouldn't bite the old lady, but it bit me.
Well, he was perceptive.
Very perceptive.
Also in Australia, they have this bird called a kookaburra.
Yeah.
Well, it has a distinctive laugh, and they're a member of the kingfisher family.
So, Mike Roche.
Hey, Mike Roche. Hey, welcome. Hey, Mike.
Hello,
I want to say thank you for the donation. You are super.
Minor bird.
Yeah, Mikey started off with a minor bird, but it died. Something happened.
Mars says a macaw can speak too. I've not seen a macaw speak. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they're big.
Oh,
I had a friend that had a macaw.
What was that bird Beretta wore on his shoulder all the time? What was that bird?
Oh, that was a cockatoo.
Cockatoo. That's right.
Yeah.
That's a big version of a cockatiel.
That was a cool show. Beretta.
Yep, that was.
I like that show.
I want to take a second and tell Tater Rogers your song was good, buddy.
Yep.
Really good.
I voted for it.
I don't know who won today, but that song was real good. Your song was good, Tater.
You can't say, but if you look in the private chat, it's posted because Kelly wants to keep it a secret till he's ready to acknowledge it.
It was good. All of them were good. I'm kind of like what Ken said. If you put it out there for everybody to hear, thumbs up.
Yeah,
it was good.
Takes chutzpah to do that.
I don't know if it was Mike Kenny or maybe it was Michael Wright. I don't know which one says, yeah, I thought that was your song, Steve. And I go, no, you'd ever want to hear me sing.
It can't be any worse than hearing me sing.
You know what's ironic is my sister she used to sing professional opera for many decades. And when we were young growing up, she was going to a voice coach. And the voice coach in there and says, I want you to just hold a note and hold it. I could out hold a note more than the voice coach and my sister. There was only one problem. It was perfectly flat for that whole entire length of time.
I don't know what a note is.
What's that? No, it was more like the screech of a modem.
Now you sound like you constipated, Art, and that's enough.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to.
Ready, set, drone. Ready, set, drone. I won't be flying alone.
You should have done that, Art.
Well, I already have a Mavic Air 2.
You should have done it to enter in.
Joe Blaylock said his daughter's number 4.
It's not about winning. It's about donating back to the community. I think it would have been good.
Yeah.
So, Joe, your daughter did one for Ready, Set, Drone?
Oh.
And I guess she was number 4 on the list.
I remember Joe saying about his daughter was doing a song.
Yeah.
About a week ago.
Yeah, when Cocky swears back at you, you have a smart cock.
Yeah, it was really funny. Mars, you posted that and YouTube caught you. Hide it, holding for hide.
It didn't know whether you were cursing or not. I thought we had cockatiels.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to have carpal finger syndrome for somebody else who was on here earlier today that was on the show that we talked about.
Well, thanks for coming, John F.
John F., take care,
John.
buddy. It's good to see you, my man.
That's something I don't do, John.
I don't know what that word is. Oh, algorithm.
Algorithm.
Okay.
It's what YouTube does to your YouTube stream on a daily basis and why you can't grow.
It's who you voted for. You voted for Al Gore.
Boy, I've been stuck for 3 months. Seems like I'll get 3 or 4 subscribers, and 5 or 6 will disappear. It's
Same
not
here.
just me; it's everybody.
It is everybody.
And I've been at 1,400 for like forever. For some reason,
Mine don't move either. If it goes up, it goes down.
And one of the things you have to also remember too, during this quote unquote health crisis we're in, you have millions of people that have been sitting home that started up new channels.
Yeah.
And you've got millions of more channels out there subscribing to the same thing with everybody being out there.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's just like, I was surprised. I went back when I posted the link in there for Lon Denard for Spin Up. The chat was already up. There's been, like even on Arts I watched, it was 2 days before you had the live chat on your show for me to see the live chat on one of your, live streams. Or a day. It was already up here tonight. I was totally shocked.
I'm surprised it's all there too. Is the whole thing there, Steve? The video is not jittered or stopped or started.
No, in fact,
on Kelly's?
Yeah. In fact, I think that's still it. Let me check.
Sometimes on my live streams on Sunday mornings, it may be a day or so before it's all loaded up.
Yeah, Kelly's is up.
Yeah.
Cool. Good for him. Was a good stream.
Sometimes I've noticed after I do a live stream like this, it'll be 2 days before I see anything move on my watch time.
Well, that's what I was talking about. This whole thing, because you got to remember, I have 2 friends that work for a major corporation, and they don't work; they own part of it. They're partners, and that's all they do is social media for major multi-million-dollar companies. And we were talking one day, and they go, "Hold on a second, Steve." And he goes, "Think about it." And he goes, "You got all these people sitting home. You got all these people now that have their kids on the internet, and you're wondering why everything's so slow, and yet everybody's on YouTube. So all these people that were only doing part-time YouTube are now doing it full-time. Then you move in, say, another 1 million+ people that are coming in." And it goes, "And don't forget Hollywood, because now they're not making movies. They're not doing anything. They're sitting at home. So guess what? Now they have to make sure they're still in the limelight so everybody could see them. So they're putting out their information out there.
Yep.
And now you've got YouTube, Google, the internet, Facebook, Twitter. There's no way anyone could have ever anticipated building a system to handle the load that we're under today. There's no way you would have ever built anything like that."
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true.
And then you think about it for a moment, then you go, "Yeah, I guess you're right." Because like you were saying, you were having problems with buffering earlier this week even. And then school started back in again.
That's right. Well, it's like I was telling Jim earlier before the show started. I started off doing it in vMix, and I was having this really bad lag with my audio. And I thought I had that all taken care of because last week it was fine. This week,
good.
So I stopped the vMix before the show, and I'm doing this is just straight out of StreamYards right here. Otherwise, I'll have the Rocky Mountains in downtown Denver behind.
But I'm still waiting for you to fly your FPV through the open slot of the open grand piano. And you have to hang Ken's portrait up above the mantle.
I've been trying to figure out how to do that.
you bring it into a second layer. You should be able to just bring a picture of him and have it hanging in another layer.
What do you
Right.
got, Chris?
Oh!
Little practice time?
A little flight time this afternoon.
There you go.
I'll have it up on my channel tonight, but I thought I'd give you a little tidbit.
Cool.
Chris.
You're liking it though, right?
Sir?
You're liking it.
Oh yeah, I'm loving it.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. Once you saw that video of me doing the orbits around me, and when I got it going and I was in the groove on that one. And it just, I'm like, and I was really paying attention, and I got the sticks, in the right direction. And I could see it through the goggles, and I'm like going, okay, not hitting anything. All right, I'm going around and around, and I'm like, oh, awesome. And then when it finally landed, it was when the batteries just kind of went, it was out of juice, and it landed, and I just said, all right, woohoo.
So, how long was that? A 1S, a 2S?
A 2S.
I don't know. 2S. Okay.
Yeah, two batteries. 600. I was running 450 milliamp hour battery.
That's what I've been running. I've got, I think I have like 3 that are 650s, and the smallest one I've got is a 350. So I have in total 7 batteries. And the 350 is the thick battery, and it's not as long.
I did pretty good up until here at the end, and you'll see what happens here in a minute.
Oh,
Whoa.
Ooh, you got close. Oh, now, Ooh, you're up high. Oh, that's when you came down, that's when you hit the tree.
I'm in the, and I'm going to tell you all this because I'm not ashamed of it. It's still in the top of that tree.
Oh, you're kidding.
That's
No,
where mine would be.
I couldn't get it out. I spent 2 hours with a.
How high?
It's 40 foot. I had two 20 foot.
Oh boy!
I had 2 20-foot sticks of PVC, and I couldn't get it out.
I was gonna say, dang, I wish I lived close to you, Chris. I'd have you say, come on by. I got 100 feet of PVC over here on the side of the house. Start just sticking them together and go up.
There you go.
This PVC I had was like schedule 20. It was so flimsy, but I got a friend of mine that he's got a bucket truck, so he's gonna come get it out tomorrow, Monday.
Oh, there you go.
Well, regular electrical is schedule 40, and then you can get the schedule 80. That's what I've got on the side of the house.
That's 80. I need 100 or 120 or something.
Steve Mack says you're going about it all wrong. You just need a chainsaw.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, Robert. I thought about coming home, getting my 22, and shooting the limb out. I may try that.
Yeah, and then you end up hitting the drone. Oh, crap.
Nah, Chris is a good shot. All the hunting he does, he'd nail it.
I don't know.
Oh, here's one.
Anyway, it was fun. Art. There's a lot of fun.
With the plunger tip.
There you go.
Oh,
actually, I used to use a crossbow in our electrical work when we had to get cables across the ceiling where there was just no way that we knew we weren't going to be able to secure it. We had to get it from point A to point B. Had a crossbow with fishing line on it. You'd open up the hatch and get on the other side. So you'd open it up to see where it was at. And you just sit there and shoot it, just aim it up high enough and follow it up, shoot that thing across, get it over there, and then pull a rope over there and pull the cable right on through.
I could shoot it with my bow. I'm not sure what would be left.
I don't want both my drones going, Thomas. I'd lose a Phantom. I thought about it. I thought about
with a fishing hook on there?
Double hook on it, but if you hook a limb.
Oh, yeah. Now what?
You're done.
Now what do you do? Yeah.
I'll have to call my buddy. He's going to come pick it out of the tree with his bucket truck.
What if you don't have any Velcro? If you had some Velcro, you could put, some fishing line, Velcro fishing line. This way, if it got hooked to a limb, you could pull. But that's a lot of work. I don't know. How much does it cost for the bucket truck?
I may go to the hardware store in the morning and get some Schedule 80 10-foot sticks of PVC and see if I can get it down.
Oh yeah, use the turtle mode.
I tried.
No.
I run the battery down because I can't see it. I can see it move the leaves, but I can't physically see the bird.
Oh, you know what you may want to do? Could do too is just get some EMT and just get some rain tight connectors on it because you're going to need it. You're going to need it for when you're working over at the house. So
I got a brother-in-law who works for an electrical supply store. I may just do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then you can bring it back.
Your, 410.
Well, I'm learning, Mike, and I'm glad you're here and you saw me. I did fly it, and I did figure out how to get video. So, and I was proud of myself. I went through beside the house twice and out in the pasture and turned around and come back. I just didn't get high enough when I made my left.
Now you, that was the Tiny Hawk 2 that you lost?
The freestyle, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to ask you, how did you get video on that? Because on the Tiny Hawk 2, you can't do that. And the goggles doesn't have a DVR in.
Yeah, no, mine doesn't.
Way to record.
I finally got the Sky Droid to work on my phone and figure out. I'm not an Android guy, and it's taken me 5 days to get this figured out. I finally just did screen record. Oh my Lord!
Oh, you mean you couldn't find it?
Oh no, I'm not no screen record on my iPhone is boom done. It's taken me. I have hunted and pecked and looked and Googled and finally got it figured out. So thanks, Mitch. You and Carlos, I think I told you the other night on your stream 6 or 8 months ago, y'all talked me into doing this. So I've got the kit that Bard was big on putting together. I've got that. I'm gonna put it together and get me a nice set of goggles and a good radio. And then when I get through playing with this little dude, I'll be easy on.
Oh, he's hooked now.
Yeah.
Watch out. Watch out.
What you'll see on my channel, you'll see these guys like Ken Dono.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I'll be as acrobatic as Ken, but you'll see some cinematic FPV is what I'm shooting for. Mitch does it, and that's what I want to
do. Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
I think it's neat.
Yeah. Mark, EMT stands for EMT is electrical metallic tubing. And what it is, it's thin wall conduit instead of rigid conduit.
Yeah.
It's known in the electrical trade.
It's got a little coupling, slip in and screw it together. Not screw it, but it's actually screwed tight, set screws on it.
That's for set screw connectors, but you want to get the rain tight because that will hold them tighter together than the set screw. Because you start going up, it's going to start doing that, and that starts bending inside the coupling.
Cool. Yep. Actually, no. We'll just run it in the attic without conduit.
Yeah, but like we were talking about as PVC.
Yeah.
That works great, especially Schedule 80 because it's really stiff. Because Schedule 80 normal electrical conduit is Schedule 40. Schedule 80 is equivalent to having you can actually run it outside as rigid conduit. So in other words, galvanized metal conduit you'd have, the Schedule 80 is the same traits of it and the same protection.
Ed lost his Tiny Hawk 2 the other night. Was that the one he was talking about? All the trailers look the same, Mike? Did he lose it on top of one of the trailers?
Oh no.
Yeah, I think I got in on some of that the other night at the end, Mike. He was talking about he lost it.
Yeah, me too.
Hopefully he can find it.
And Tomas says he bought a frame for Cinewhoop.
Thanks, Michael.
I've been trying that, Mars. What is that? Put it in stabilized mode. Okay.
Along with Jim Beam.
Bardwell has about 15 ways to get a drone out of a tree.
Well, if I'd had stiff enough conduit, I could have got it today. I could almost get it, but boy, it's like it needed some Viagra to get it stiff, and I didn't have any.
Right.
There you go. I like that. I just got back up reading. I flashed off before I saw it about going and came back with Jim Beam.
Yeah.
Gonna be a good night.
Chris, we heard you were perturbed that one of the people in the chat during the live stream today.
Well,
perturbed.
I'm gonna put it like this. That's over with, Art, and I'm probably not gonna really talk about it.
Good. All right, we're done here.
If you were there, you saw it, and
I saw it.
That's
I'm
all
like, holy crap!
about
What the hell is this guy doing?
The only person who didn't see it live was me. So I got phone calls and text messages, Chris. We were proud of you. The boys were proud of you.
That's what I've said. I've got carpal tunnel syndrome from hiding and then finally blocking.
Yeah. Well, I finally blocked him from this channel.
Yeah, and then he came back in underneath another name again, and then I took him out again.
So.
All right, it's dinner time for me, boys.
I'm about ready to shut this bad boy down.
Coming on.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Jim.
Good night,
Art. Jim.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks.
You guys have a good evening. We'll see y'all tomorrow, probably somewhere.
All righty, we'll see you tomorrow on Mitch's show.
Oh, Tater. It's kind of like tater salad and tater tot.
Tater tot. And there was tater salad. I wonder.
Yeah, that's the last three
Chris.
letters
Good
of
to
the
see
last name, Mark. Well, Art, thank you for the invite and having me in, and it was fun time.
Another marathon show, almost 3 hours here, and that'll get me up over 3.7K. I'm getting darn close. I'm like, oh, come on, a couple more weeks and I'll be there.
Yeah. Everybody in chat, I wish you all a wonderful rest of your evening, morning, and the rest of your weekend. Take care.
All right.
And enjoy the Jim Beam. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Steve. All right, folks. Hey, that's another good show in the books. I want to thank you all for coming in. Tim, Mars, Michael, Bob, Tater, Tomas, Jody, and all JSK, Enterprise, Brent Nunley, Sunrise, and all you guys. Thank you for coming into the show. We will catch you. Robbie Deluct, welcome to the show. I'm just shutting this down. You need to come an hour or two early. So I want to thank everybody for coming to the show. It was fun having you. We'll catch you next week. Keep them flying. Bye-bye.